So, Evil Tides of Saltmarsh. Last week, you guys chased away a blood hunter, Order of the Lichen blood hunter, who was after a werewolf. You were also after the werewolf. As you may or may not have explained, you needed the werewolf for a friend. The werewolf has been successfully extracted and delivered to said friend. And we left off on like 14 different cliffhangers, but I think the cliffhanger that we need to visit first is Illyria getting pinged on her magical GPS that her quarry had turned back around and was heading towards the empty net. I think that's where we left off, right? Somewhere around there? Yeah. Okay. All right. So would we like to check that out first, or does somebody have something more pressing to address?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I'll turn to Nikolai and say, "Run! He's coming back." And
oh dang! Ominous.
Try to track.
Where should we run?
Well, I was tracking, or at least trying to track.
Kreb Shanker.
Kreb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I rolled a 26.
Oh yeah. You definitely have the trail. So you follow his tracks to a modest home. Basically, he backtracked to look for the girl. The girl had circled back around to get to her home, and then he, I guess, went and checked on her at the house. You arrive at the house, and you kind of see with your 26, survival and your ranger skills and all that jazz, that he stopped at the house, and then his tracks continue back towards the other side of town. So you could either stop and bang on the door at, what is it, like 2 a.m. at this point? No. It was midnight when you fought the thing. So a little after midnight, so you could bang on the door and see if the woman's there, or you could follow Krebs' tracks across town. What do you want to do?
I think follow Kreb, right, Nikolai?
Yeah. Let's just follow.
After for Kreb.
Okay, fair enough.
Full sprint. Let's go.
All right. Little jog across town.
So yeah, you jogged towards the docks, then you jogged back around towards like the market district. Now you're jogging back across town again, crossing over the bridge. Illyria, you feel that that sort of sickness in your stomach that Fae and Fae adjacent creatures often feel when crossing this bridge. You make your way across, take a right down the lane, and start heading towards the empty net. Occasionally closing your eyes to concentrate, you feel the beacon of your hunter's mark closing in on the same area.
Oh gosh, run!
All right, fair enough.
Jog.
It is just the 3 of you, 4 of you, if we count Spencer, right? Spencer, Kat. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let me drag you over to that map then. Let's see. Do we have an all-seeing eye in this game? No. Okay, let me import one real quick. It lets people spy on stuff without actually being there, which is kind of cool. So, let's see. Nope. Let's see. Or I guess everybody could just drag their miniatures over. That would work too, but... There we go. All right. So, is everybody on the map for the empty net? Sweet. Okay.
No.
All right. You should be able to see, maybe.
Okay. Yes.
You can't see?
Yes,
I
I can
can.
see.
All right.
You're
let's see
somewhere in
what's
the
going
middle.
on.
I'm here, but I guess all I can see.
Oh, here we go. There we go. If I didn't delete your miniature ahead of time and you're still there, oh, like Pharaoh's, here you go. I'll delete you. There we go.
Okay, now I can see.
All right, cool. So, as the three of you come rolling up on the empty net, it is late, but not late by the standards of the empty net, and the sounds of music and reverie kind of echo through the doors and out to the docks. A young old woman trying to peddle her wares kind of reaches out to grab at your battle vestments as you go by, Nikolai.
Does she say anything, or is she just kind of like trying to get us to stop?
Yeah, I mean, she says soliciting stuff to you, like, like, hey, where are you going? Eh? Why? Yeah. Why don't you stop here for a second?
He'll toss her a silver piece.
Okay.
Nikolai apologized, but need to do other things. We'll come back to view wares soon.
Disgusted and insulted, she pockets the silver piece. All right.
Yeah. Can't make everyone happy. Yeah.
All right. As you reach the thing, Illyria, you see an echo knight of yourself, and reality is shattered. There we go. All right. You enter the establishment, and you see Kreb, and Kreb is over there explaining to Tits McGee how crazy his night was. And he motions over, and he says, yeah, there she is. There she is. Hey, I was just telling literally everyone here about what went down across town.
Oh, jeez. Come on, let's go. We have to go.
What do you mean? I'm working. I
no,
just got...
you're coming with me now. We have to take you to Welga. That's his name from Surfer Thor.
You got it. You got it. Look, Pain. I don't need to go to a cleric. I drank a healing potion when I got back. Look, and he lifts his shirt, and he shows you his wound, and it looks horrible.
Oh my goodness, no, come on, we have to go now. And I'm gonna have Spencer go over there and start dragging him out.
All right, Tits McGee looks over at you and says, is he for real or making it up? Like, what was there really like a werewolf?
He's totally delusional. Let's go, Kreb.
Kreb is unhappy, but he slides across the bar. His balance seems a little bit off, but he's like, no, I feel great. Let's do this thing. Where are we going?
We're going to Welga.
Oh, right.
And I'll whisper in his ear that the hunter's coming after you.
Oh. Well, I would not want him to kill any patrons, so that we will leave.
And I think Nikolai, as he's kind of like leaving, Nikolai will go over to Tits McGee and be like, "You should see what is in that man's pants one day. Very impressive. Very impressive."
Nikolai, priorities. Let's go.
And then he'll leave.
All right. As you head out, Kreb leans down to this woman and whispers something to her on the way past. If you'd like to eavesdrop, you can perception check.
I mean, why not? If you're going to invite us in.
Okay. It is hard to make out. Yeah, it's hard to make out what was said. But she nods, and then he kind of says, "All right, if we're going, we're going."
Is this the way?
All right. So, yeah, you extract him from the map in plenty of time. There was no time wasted. So, let me get you out of here then. Now, this guy has, to the best of your knowledge, not hunters marked Kreb or you, ? So you should be able to make it where you need to go without any incident. So, making your way across town, you arrive at the Temple of Volkir, which is this kind of structure right here. And as you arrive, it is late at night. The lights are all like out. It's the normal time for you guys to visit this temple. So you kind of grab a hold of that front door knocker and pound it. Just dun dun dun. A young acolyte answers the door. He looks a bit disheveled. Recognizes you from your previous visits, and says, "I will go rouse the master. Please come inside. Are you in some sort of danger?"
Yes, we're in dire danger.
Yes.
Actually, somebody's coming after us.
So this is like a sanctuary, like in my training. Okay. Volker takes you into his temple. You are protected.
Thank you.
All right. He kind of leaves you in the open, like great hall type area, and he goes off to get your buddy. Welgar is going to show up minutes later. He's not wearing any armor or anything, just his priestly vestments, which is like, I don't know, fur underpants, like a fur cloak. I don't know. I don't know what vestments you would wear if you worship Viking Thor. That sounds like about all you'd need. Maybe like a swim Speedo. I don't know.
I kind of feel like just like a lot of pubic hair. But,
yeah,
you know.
just yeah. Is it a bearskin bikini briefs or is it not? Yeah, you never know. So he arrives and he looks at you guys and he says, "Are you cursed again?"
Yet we have high elf or sun elf who is following, trying to kill.
You have a high elf trying to kill what? This man, this criminal, and Kreb kind of smiles over at him and he says, "Well, Gar, buddy, that's not very nice. You call me a criminal, you're calling most of the town criminals."
Yep.
He was
So what is wrong with him? So you are cursed. All right. Werewolf, eh? That should be remove curse, but there are some reagents that are needed.
Okay.
They are expensive. I could check to see if we have any in our stores. It's not something we generally are prepared for a lot of cases of, but it's something that I like to be prepared for. I had brother, he became polar bear. It was a bad situation for everyone involved. So, I'll be back. And he goes to check the reagent supply of the temple. Kreb says, "Hey, if there's some kind of cost, I mean, I'll gladly chip in at least 10, 15% of, whatever it's going to cost."
10-15%, didn't I tell you to move away from the dog? And you didn't?
Well, I was protecting the girl like heroes do.
We were trying to protect you.
No, it's fine. I'll cover whatever it costs. It can't possibly be that much. Yeah. So what did you guys got to look at her. What did you think, huh? Was she beautiful?
Very nice.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna make an honest man out of me. Maybe. By Saltmarsh standards. I actually met her at the market.
Oh, okay.
We were both reaching for the last pineapple that had come in from Schultz. And when our hands touched that spiny shell, it's a shell, right? Is that what a pineapple comes in?
Duh.
Yeah. Well, it was like electricity, It was amazing. So
cute.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna tell my other 17 lovers, but I think this is it for me. I'm gonna give this what's it called? Monopoly a chance. So
Always good time to try and settle down. You look older than you used to. Time to find life.
He kind of like touches his beard and face. Look older than it. Well, yeah, I mean, everyone looks older than they used to. You don't age in reverse. It's not like that halfling play about that Button guy or whatever. Jeez.
Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was surreal. I mean, the special effects were incredible. So, I heard in the last performance, the actor actually overdosed on potions of longevity and turned himself into a baby for real. Yeah. It was a fiasco.
That was intense.
Yeah, so, I have checked the stores. I do have enough of these ingredients. It is going to be pricey. I mean, obviously, I will perform the cleansing on the house because it is for the betterment of the community not to have a werewolf. But if you feel in your heart that it would be the right thing to do, these reagents cost upwards of 500 gold dragons, so... Yes.
I'm gonna look at him and like... Come on.
Kreb kind of like pulls at his shirt collar a little bit. He's like, yeah, so 15% of that is like...
No.
Okay, 10% of that... 10% is like 100 gold. I got 100 gold. That's fine. Sure. 150 gold? Yeah, I've got that. That's pocket money. And he lays out 15 platinum pieces. And he's like, is there like an alms box I put this in? I haven't been to church in a long time.
And when Tharkin finds out how much he can make off this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, honestly though, the cost for the reagents is, at least in the games that I run, a thing. The main reason is I've seen lycanthropy kind of abused as sort of a like turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off kind of thing. So being able to remove it with a simple like remove curse kind of, I don't know, cheapens like how bad lycanthropy could be. So I added sort of like each type of lycanthropy has expensive reagents that must be consumed as part of the casting. Yeah. So further side note, the new Wildmount book, a lot of the spells in there actually, or a lot of stuff in there actually talks about remove curse cast as a blank level spell, or such and such cast as a blank level spell, or so they started like kind of layering in like a little bit more depth to conditions and stuff like that, which is cool. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Can Kreb pay off the rest over time?
Sure. Let's just hope there is no one else that needs this treatment. This is all of the wolfsbane that I have available.
We will keep people as safe as possible. Server door.
I did not know that there was such a problem with werewolves in this town.
We have dealt with it.
Well, it is a port town. Anything can come and go. So, if you say you've dealt with it, I believe you. Here, come lay down. We will take care of this. The procedure is extremely painful. You may need to hold him down and give him something to bite on. All right. So he performs the ritual, and all of these expensive oils and ointments are like drawn on him with like runes from like the Bothi language, and it's very like northern like pseudo Viking situation. Kreb on his part, he cries a little bit, and he cries out a lot. It is apparently a very painful process. When all is said and done, let's see. Yeah, he passes out. All right. I feel like he should be good now. It's really just some rest, and everything should be okay. They did say when they woke me that you were being pursued by elves. These are drow elves after you.
No, think it is sun elf or high elf, likes to kill werewolf things. For some reason pursuing us.
Because they think that this crab is werewolf, but he just was bit by werewolf. Or scratched, it look like.
Yeah.
So what will you do? You want to leave him here?
I don't know, Leary. What do you think? Should we
I would think that if he's no longer afflicted, that maybe the hunter would leave. I mean, we can stay here with him.
Yeah, like kind of like babysit him over the night, maybe.
If you want to. Yeah. Maybe we can send Katyaru back to the group to tell them.
Nikolai liked that. Yeah, we can do a little bit of cross-party communication with the cat. Maybe.
I feel like we'll be safe here with Welgar.
Yeah,
okay.
He's pretty badass, so I feel like.
Yeah, Forgotten Realms is not shy about the retired adventurer NPCs. That's for sure. Okay. If that is the case, yeah, as the night kind of travels on, do you send your cat out to alert the rest of the party of the change in status, or do you kind of leave them sort of wandering and wondering where you are? Like, what? How do you want to handle that?
Yeah, no, I was just looking at the find familiar spell to make sure I could do what I was going to do. But yeah, I think he'll send the kitty cat to update the party.
Okay.
With like a little note, and it's I don't know, it's gonna hold it, and it's like around its paws or whatever.
Okay.
Can we tie it like around his little neck?
Oh,
yeah.
Ribbon.
That'd be cute.
Little ribbon. Okay.
Yeah, and maybe like with like.
The cat is thoroughly disgusted.
No, we'll also need to get it. It is, and I think we'll need to get it like a little cask that it can carry fire forged liquor around.
Yeah. Like Welgar watches you try to doll up the familiar, and he's like, "Have you just thought of maybe getting him a little vest?"
Kitty cat not like vest, unfortunately.
I used to travel with the wizard. She had a flying monkey. It had the little vest and the fez. It had its own set of lockpicks. It was pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, Nikolai will definitely consider that. But for the moment, not to humiliate the cat too much, you'll send a note to the party. And I basically say, like, we're at Surfer Thor's. We have Crab. We're kind of hanging out here to try and, keep him from getting killed.
All right, fair enough.
By
the curse.
Sun Elf, thing, yeah.
Okay. The rest of the party, where would Ketyaru be most likely to find you?
What time is it right now?
By the time you guys grab Crab, track him down, head back, get him cured, all that. It's close to like 3 in the morning at this point, just because of all the complications and looking for reagents and crisscrossing the town and all that stuff.
It'd be normal to be sleeping, I guess. At the inn.
Okay. I mean, you could be sleeping at your ship. I mean, if you didn't want to pay for an inn.
Sagra.
Unless your inn is out there running errands.
Like,
yeah, that's right.
Your place is right next to Illyria's place, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could do you have like a signal, like a come over signal? Like if the if the light is like covered up
with
this
like
much
a
in the
whale in the sky.
don't. But
Yet.
but that's. Darkroom's just gonna like write down like notes, like, oh, man, I could really use like a signaling device of some sorts.
Guys are awake at 3 a.m. Man.
All right, so is that where you guys are then? Back at Thogrim and Illyria's? Like, I kind of just, you know, where the rest of you be?
Yeah, I guess that's where we would be.
I was sort of getting ready to like they were gonna run into him and they were gonna come back and get us. We were gonna go fight, but I think we were mostly at Gellen's. So, and then they went off to get Crab.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
probably just.
Yeah.
Or would we have decided to like track them down at some point?
Oh right, we were talking about the weapon to hurt Lady Primewater, or not Primewater, Daggerford. Maybe talk about that tomorrow though. I don't know. Probably go to sleep now.
Okay. So the location of the sleeping is.
Where's I'd say my house.
All at all areas, I think.
Okay. All right. So, you guys arrive at Illyria's. Both the people. No, Thogrim, you would have a key to Illyria's place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you open the door to Illyria's house, and you catch the rats like in the middle of their like routine. So you know they're busy cleaning and polishing and you know keeping things tidy, and one of them's like you know in the kitchen, kind of like mixing stuff up in a mixing bowl. Yeah, and they kind of all stop at the same time and slowly turn their heads to face you all at the same time, and then they just scatter.
So like instantly, like Dogram's gonna think of like 900 different things you can design for the rats for like everything that they're doing, and then he's gonna just slowly close the door and tell everybody we're going over to my house.
All right, you hustle across the courtyard to your house, and everybody settles in for the night. A bit later, probably at this point, an hour and a half later or so, maybe longer. There is a meowing at the window. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, some Foley work going on here. Does anybody answer?
I pulled the pillow over my head, tighter.
Skull, you hear a voice in your head say, "I thirst. Perhaps I could alleviate this issue."
You know what? Someone please answer that.
I go over to see who it is, what it is. Is it the cat I recognize?
Shut the cat up.
It is Katiaru, who, I want to point out, it has been confirmed by the Jeremy Crawford, 5th edition familiars do require food and sleep. Katiaru is looking beat, but is also wearing an adorable ribbon with a letter attached to it.
I'll bring him in and give him some fish that I have in my bag, and
curled up in his pile of money, you hear your baby murmur in his sleep, "Skull, you moron! I didn't order cat for breakfast." And he
and then I'll take the ribbon.
Okay. All right. You no longer have the embarrassing ribbon on, so.
Phew.
Okay.
And then I'll give it like a comfy like pillow next to me.
All right. Fair.
And
fair. So the letter explains.
Unroll the note and read it aloud to the group.
Yeah. So the letter explains the situation, that they were able to get to Kreb before the other person did. They have proceeded to get him taken care of. and Illyria, he is still in Saltmarsh. He's roughly like south of your location, which would mean, based on the fact that you are at the north end of town, he could be just about anywhere if he's, a ways south of you.
Okay.
Okay. So, problem solved? Is that what that note says? Like, that they're done?
But does that fella know that the old crab isn't infected anymore?
Yeah, so this solves it itself?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
If there are
he
no
doesn't know.
werewolves to hunt, why would he stay?
Yeah, alright. Problem solved. And go back to sleep.
But wait, but how does he know that the fella's not going to be a werewolf anymore?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, does his
Are
smell
you a
change?
werewolf hunter? Are you?
No, I'm just practicing.
Who's crab?
Oh God.
Crab is this fella. He works in an inn. It's a really worn down kind of place, but he's good people.
He gave us that head.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
don't you
butcher
remember?
dude? He's a murderer, right?
To hold his hand up, shake his hand left or right.
All right. Well,
I mean, to be fair,
this seemed to solve itself. I don't know who Crab is. I don't really care, but
I'm gonna offer Katiara like a little piece of ration.
You hear purring.
Like, well, maybe we should go check on them just in case. I'd really hate for the two of them to get, jumped by that old sun elf fella. He seems a bit nasty.
okay, Dad. All right.
You're gonna go check on him?
It's 3 in the fucking morning.
I mean, I thought this is when you old emo fellas like to operate the most.
I need my beauty sleep.
Beauty sleep. You look like you haven't slept in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beauty sleep is from like 5 in the morning till like noon. So we're...
Oh my God. I massage like the temples. It's like, what the hell is going on?
I'm gonna look around. Does everybody look like? Is everybody like worn out, like exhausted, like?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say, I mean, if you guys keep going, you are going to end up missing your long rest and having to roll your constitution saves. You'll probably be fine, but everybody else might not be. Well, Skull will probably be fine too. It's not a super hard one for the first day of missed sleep, but they get cumulative harder and harder.
Well, they said they're in the temple, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they
safe,
should be safe there until...
Yeah, isn't it like filled with like clerics and holy people and Surfer Thor?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing is we'll lose the ability to track him, but if we can't fight him anyway, there's no point, so we might as well rest and meet up tomorrow and make a plan.
Sounds solid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write on a little note that says, "Kreb has been cured.
Mm-hmm.
Go home," and I'm just gonna post it on the front of my door.
Okay.
On the outs, like on the outside.
Fair enough.
Like, all right, but if everybody seems like we're gonna be okay, I guess we'll get some sleep.
Alrighty. And so, you hunker down to get some sleep. Alright. While you sleep, things happen. everyone that would like to gain their long rest, you can. You'll just be sleeping in a little bit late, which is fine. In the morning, when you guys finally are roused, Kreb seems to be doing much better. The wounds on his stomach are kind of healed up a little bit, and no longer look badly infected. Thogrum, as you open the door, you see the note, and written in incredibly fancy calligraphy, but in the common Chondathan tongue of the region, it says "understood" with a period.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pull the note down and like roll it up. And
okay.
And kind of pocket it.
All right, fair enough. So, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., you guys are all roused and awake and ready to face the day. Danbiz Copperface, he did not sleep well. He was up all night with ideas that he wasn't allowed to work on because you had so much company in your smallish home, and he didn't want to wake anybody up. So he's a little overexcited that morning is here, and he has sort of prepared a very mean breakfast of just like unflavored eggs, bacon, and black coffee or Kaith, you know, like just like, here's your stuff, get out of here kind of thing. Like it has a very like business continental feel to it. Like, you have stayed at Master Thogrum Fireforge's house, now you must leave. Is basically the intent of this breakfast when it is placed before you.
Oh, Copperface, by any chance, did you happen to study old prestidigitation when you were in school?
He kind of screws up his face a little bit at you, and he's like, why would I need it for cooking?
Because you could prestidigitate me some fucking salt on this thing. That'd be great.
His eyes just goggle at what you have just said, and he just says, our job is to innovate in the workshop. There's no time for innovating in the kitchen, sir.
You could innovate everywhere, lad. There's always room for innovation, and it always leaks over, you know, into other affairs, you know. So breakfast is the most important meal of the day, you know.
It innovates in crepes.
Nice.
Frustrated, he says, I've done my part, sir, and if with your permission, I would like to continue my religious crusade in the city.
All right. Well,
I have pamphlets to hand out.
Fair enough. You're a swell lad.
Right.
And then I'm just gonna get up and like walk over and grab the salt and come back over.
All right. Yeah. He in a huff, he loads his messenger bag full of brochures and pamphlets, and he heads out the door.
Be safe out there, lad.
Back at the Temple of Volkur, you guys try to get some sleep, but they wake early to go surfing. So most of the acolytes, kind of woke you up as they were like, it is a gnarly morning. We must wax the boards and go rip the curls. Yeah. It rouses you, but not enough to prevent the benefits of a long rest. And you snooze a little bit longer. Eventually, they come back from their morning surf, and they have brought with them the fried dough that is so coveted in Saltmarsh. Many boxes of the fried dough, prepared in many styles, filled, not filled, glazed, unglazed, sugar rolled, we call them jimmies in the Forgotten Realms. But yeah. So that's nice. That's nice. You're not sure how they keep their super fit Viking bodies and eat all this fried dough, but it's probably all the surfing. So, all right. Valkyr blesses the donuts from heaven, and they are delicious. Way more delicious than the seasonless eggs that they're having at Thogrup's house. Welgar, advanced in his years, still woke up for the morning surf. And when he does return and you guys are eating the donuts, he says, these donuts are provided to you through the kindness and the blessing of Valkyr. But if in the future you ever feel a sense of obligation for the holy donuts that you have eaten, remember that we're always taking donations, so keep us in your thoughts, prayers, and pocketbooks.
Yeah.
Also, if you're staying here much longer, I will find things for you to do.
I think Nikolai would eat probably like 20 donuts, and he'd give them 10 gold pieces for the donuts.
Oh wow! Yeah. That's not how much donuts cost. They oh, bless your kindness, and they pretend to cast bless on you. So
pretend.
But he goes for like the filled donuts.
They're acolytes. They only have so many spell slots for the whole day. They can't just burn it on 1 minute of blessing while you eat donuts. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, and he goes for the ones with the jimmies and the filling, I think.
Oh, nice.
Sounds good.
Nice.
If there's any bacon, he definitely does that too.
Yeah. There is a maple bacon one that's pretty nice.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the stuff right there.
Yeah, an extra 2 gold pieces. All right.
Oh man. Through mouthfuls of donuts, the wet, hard-bodied acolytes turn to their wet, hard-bodied mentor and say, "Hey, perhaps we should have donuts with this service. That will bring more people in. We could have like a mingling time before or after the service where we serve these donuts." And Welgar looks very thoughtful. Like this is the first church that's ever thought of this. So... All right.
Nice.
So you guys meet up at your pre-appointed meetup spot, which seems to be more and more just the Illyria Thogrum, corner area, or cul-de-sac. Excuse me. Yeah. No. Okay. All right.
Good.
So you guys all meet back up. What now, folks? What now?
I'm gonna let everybody know. Like, I'm gonna show everyone the letter, and like I don't know, but maybe the fella is dealt with for now. Unless anyone else here has prettier handwriting than a sun elf, I don't know. And then I'm gonna just kind of hand it to Illyria. Let her take a look at it.
I'll put it in my journal.
All right.
Can I, if I see the handwriting, can I think back to see if I saw any handwriting from Gellen's house, either his or his wife's?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation, or
and I'll say like, does that look like? Could it be Mrs. Primewater's handwriting? I thought maybe they'd be worried about the repercussions for the sister. That was where my mind went anyway. So if anybody would like to offer investigation, since that's not my strongest.
Oh, if I can help.
Okay.
I'll provide some guidance as well.
Okay.
So, 15 plus guidance. You're pretty confident you have not seen this handwriting before, Nikolai and Tari.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
All right.
What happened last night when we left?
We slept.
No, I mean with the Prime Waters when the sister was returned.
Oh yeah. What?
Did we go over that?
Honestly, I'm completely blanking on it.
No, we haven't gone over it yet.
Yeah, not yet.
But maybe a little flashback right now, or something.
What are you guys?
Because we left off on Lady Primewater telling them about a weapon.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you think back to the conversation you had before we adjourned and everything got happening at once. Lady Primewater did say that she was going to provide you guys with a weapon that could be used to defeat a noble succubus in a manner that would banish her from this particular prime material, crystal sphere, for a significant amount of time. So, enough that it wouldn't be a concern of yours. Maybe old lady Illyria, maybe your descendants, but certainly not, certainly not anybody else. Which is better than traveling to hell after killing her, tracking her down, and killing her again. Which, or banishing her successfully, then traveling to hell, and then killing her again. I believe she did say that she would need some blood from the noble succubus to complete the binding of the blade. So that's going to be a bit of a complication.
Wasn't it also to help Turi out?
Turi,
how are you feeling?
Correct.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it.
So you're going to need blood. Yeah, you're going to need blood for the cure, and then you're going to need to banish her. So those are the... So in the fight, you'll need to get... If you fight her, you'll need to get blood. And if you hope to keep her away, the killing blow will have to be done with the weapon.
What's the weapon?
The weapon is a simple dagger.
Anyone can use it.
Cool. Yeah.
Oftentimes, a simple dagger is the best way to handle these kind of things because they're easy to conceal. Most people know how to use them. Also, there was a time when sorcerers would use daggers as spell focuses, which was kind of a cool time to be alive. You had all these like knife-wielding sorcerers running around, casting spells out of their daggers. It's kind of cool. So yeah, she, I believe, said that she would make the weapon available to you before you headed out. Assuming you finished your business in town and were going to Daggerford. So that can be essentially picked up on your way out of town without any need for roleplay. You just kind of swing by the house and it will be available to you. So that is arranged. You know that you're going to need blood for the cure for Turi. You know that Turi's on a limited timetable. Yeah. And keep going. Oh yeah, and we also left off. You were going to say something to Turi. That's right.
Yeah, Turi. It's like I hit Ferris's like fingers are kind of like pressed together. He's kind of like looking down at the floor. It's like how's I got a message from Lady Daggerford.
Oh, great.
She wants to know how you're doing. Why? I don't know.
I really miss her. I can't wait to see her again.
Yeah, she says it wasn't she says she's kind of sorry. She hopes you got the flowers. She's hoping you're doing well.
Whose side are you on anyway?
You see,
out of curiosity.
Ouch.
Yeah, everybody's I'm on your guys' side, really. It's just, well, you're making me feel you guys are good people, and,
Why is that evil thing contacting you?
I used to live in her house.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah.
But how is she contacting you? We've been with you the whole time. We didn't see any messengers or anything.
I got a message, you know.
How?
I gotta get for this.
So, well,
I go to the
funny
kitchen
story,
and I get the popcorn and I give me and the desk the popcorn. This is popcorn. This is what you consume when
you're watching.
When you watch.
It's a funny story, you know, when a devil loves a person very much, they form what's called a warlock bond, and it's kind of gotten a little weird. You know, so leave Darkwood's patron.
So wait, if she's your mistress, how can we trust you when it comes to having to kill her?
So,
I mean, do you even want to kill her?
I mean, it's gotten a little stressful lately.
What did you say? What'd you say about it?
Feros, would you be okay if we killed her or not?
I mean,
banished her. She'd still exist, obviously.
Are you even going to be able to use her powers against her?
It'll be weird. I don't know how it all works. I think I could use them.
I mean, I'm not proficiency in religion, but I feel like would we be?
No, it's all up there. Okay.
Would we be able to figure that out? Like, if we banished her or killed her, or would his powers even work on her? Like.
Give me an Arcana or Religion check as a group. One of you could roll it with advantage, and that would be sort of what you guys know collectively about Warlock packs.
Nikolai.
If you guys are okay, yeah.
I mean, Thagrum didn't study religion or Arcana in school,
so.
You said one.
Yeah, so Nikolai, you know that warlocks are dirty, stinky cheaters. Dare I say, total sluts. That are too stupid to learn real magic like a wizard, and too unlucky to have been born into it like a sorcerer. So instead, they basically hoe it out to the highest bidder to be taught the secret abilities and spell-like powers of supernatural creatures.
Best explanation ever.
Yeah,
now,
I still have a lot of respect for you, Feros, by the way.
Of course.
So these abilities are taught. They are not given, right? So it's not like a sugar mama that holds the deed to the condo. Like, admittedly, she holds the deed to the house where he lives, but she doesn't hold the deed to his abilities. There is an exception to this. That is the hex blades. If anybody is foolhardy enough to become a hexblade, the hexblade is the property of the patron, and the special abilities that were taught and all that are one thing, but the blade itself was a creation of the patron. So the patron generally can just be like, no thanks, and ignore, the blade, as it were. There's also rumors that the reason hexblades have become so popular is because the creators of hexblades can use them as scrying devices. So they basically get a bunch of youngsters to sign up to be hexblades, and then they have roving surveillance cameras all over the realms.
Swell.
Yeah. But that's only if you're dealing with a hexblade. I mean, normal warlock shouldn't be too bad. So, but without a patron, a warlock cannot advance any more levels, because the crippling side effect of being a warlock is that you can't wipe your own butt. So you have to have somebody else there to guide you. Yeah. I say this with nothing but love, because I think every character I've played in 5e has probably been or will be a warlock at least 1 or 2 levels, because they're just too fun not to dip into that sweet warlock. But yeah, I mean, prices are paid, basically. But you do get to keep your sign-on bonus, essentially.
So Feros, can we kill Succubus and keep you whole, or no?
I mean, if you got,
we don't want to. How do they say it? Fuck you over. We don't want to fuck you over.
You see, it's the whole story. It's like she tempted me with like I could feel like strong and like in charge and stuff, and you know how it goes. The whole like the price is paid, and my dad died, and that was like the cost of the fucking binding. And
you killed your own father for power?
I didn't kill her. I didn't know. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go get some more coffee if anybody wants some.
Do you have any more popcorn? This is fascinating.
Yeah, can I have some drip coffee from the local store?
Thogram's gonna write down like a coffee press, like
Irish whip. Yeah, maybe some like Irish coffee actually. Like a little bit of fire forge and coffee.
Yeah, he's just in the kitchen like pouring.
Can
fire
you use
forges
the bamboo filter, please? So yeah, you know, it's all out there, okay? All right, happy.
Nikolai not happy.
Yeah, I actually am really happy that you told us.
But yeah, I guess what she said.
All right.
But so what are we gonna do then?
It's a start.
So, Feros, have you ever heard of Gone?
Yes, that's perfect.
That's amazing.
A steampunk hexblade? Yes, that would be hype.
I mean, if you're looking for a new patron of sorts, or you know, a god that could really help you out, Gone's a pretty swell fella.
I mean, like a pamphlet? Is there like a travel magazine?
You know, my friend here, the gnome fella that walked out the house angry earlier, that doesn't make really good eggs. He's got all the pamphlets and stuff. He's a real swell chap.
Okay. Oh, it's that guy. Oh, no.
That's me who act like. He'll come along. He's a really smart fella. You know, we all forge clerics. You know, we'll take really good care of you if you're looking for, you know, a new path in life.
Okay, you know.
We had donuts.
How about?
Yeah, they have jimmies. The donuts have jimmies. You should. Yeah, they're amazing.
Welgar got them for us. Welgar. You know Welgar.
Who's Welgar? Oh, that's the fella that looks like Thor who surfs, right? Yeah.
Maybe I'll like meditate on it a bit. You know, it's a lot to take in. You know, been dealing with this for a long time because the whole plan was, you see, I was supposed to like find a magic caster to frame for the death of my father. And where else do you find strong magic casters? You know, in like these like weird ass adventuring parties.
If you also want, this maybe is kind of getting ahead of things, but if you also want to learn magic, I would be happy to trade secrets. Feros.
So it looks like it involves a lot of reading.
It does.
What a nerd.
Hey.
But I like picture books. So maybe we could cut that short.
Does your spell look like the IKEA for wizards, where it's just all pictures, no writing?
Yep.
It's super complicated. You can't understand. Spells all come out wrong.
You know, okay, alright. See, if the problem is I'm gonna lose my freaking pole arm if I go fighter. And it's gonna be rough, so I gotta get a new one from somebody, preferably another person giving out hex blades, but I don't know if he was giving out hex blades left and right.
You know, I can make you a pole arm.
This one's +1.
Ooh, +1. Oh. I'm gonna give Pharos like a little cog, holy symbol.
Okay.
But here, won't you just hold on to this for me for a little while, just in case.
Okay. Like I'll dismiss the polearm for a while. Like, all right.
It's been out this whole time. After you just found out it's a surveillance camera about. I swear to God. I swear.
No, I brought it in. Be like, this one's +1. Like you hold something like
get that thing out of here.
Total.
A watery whisper, Skull. Now is the time. Strike him down. Strike him down for his impertinence.
Barrels? Oh, right. It enhances my own emotions.
Oh wait, I could use that one.
I don't know about
that. So Surge does reach out to you, Pharos, with his brochure. He is technically able to provide the function of Hexblade patron, and he says, "Oh, so you're looking for a new pact? Have you heard about Our Lady who slumbers in the deeps?"
I might have.
How do you feel about the death of all land-based life?
Okay, wow. Does that include me?
When I'm done with you, you won't be land-based life anymore.
Honest.
Okay.
Because honestly, this Skull guy, he's not cutting it. So this could be a real step up for both of us. All I ask is that he murders the innocent a couple of times a day, and every day he says no.
All right. Well,
how do you feel about, exploding people on a cellular level?
I feel like we're all sitting here watching this, and Pharos is talking out loud.
I'm talking out loud because this is like he doesn't know any better.
So he's just sort of having like a very quiet seizure, and there's rapid eye movement, and he's just talking out loud. I got you in this one-sided conversation.
And everybody's looking around at each other like, what?
Yep.
Okay. This does sound really good.
You hear a mug smash in the kitchen. Looking over Thogrum, you see your little baby dragon friend, and he is kind of wiping his snout, and he says, "This juice is very good."
No!
Yep.
It makes me feel some kind of way.
Oh no!
And he reaches out and he just grabs like a plate and he just smashes it against his tiny horns. With this potion, I can do anything. Anything. You there, dwarf. I command you to go down into your mines and bring me up more of this juice.
Sure.
I'm just gonna whisper, Skull, do you give him coffee or no?
I don't know.
Oh, he's had coffee.
Yeah, that's the juice.
Drinking your
you're
brew.
referring. Wait, I was trying to understand. Did you put alcohol in the coffee? Is it just the coffee?
Mine, I did. But
okay. But you didn't like. Okay.
No, he hasn't had alcohol.
Okay.
But or maybe here, I'll give you some more coffee, and then we'll go visit old Grandma Primewater.
Ah, is this what it is called? Yeah, coffee. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll stunt your growth.
Yeah, you won't get any bigger.
Is this true? Did you try to poison me, dwarf?
No.
By leaving such an acidic and delectable drink laying out for me?
What she meant was for like normal humans and dwarves.
Ow.
I mean, look, that's why I'm this tall. I mean,
Oh. Yes. Yes, of
It
course.
hasn't been documented what it would do to a dragon.
I wouldn't risk it if I were you.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel some kind of way. Who is this grandmother? Is that the old lady from the party?
yeah.
No.
Yep.
That's right.
Lady Primewater?
Grandma Primewater. You know, the really
Right there.
the cold lady.
Oh, you mean the scary? I'm not going to the scary lady.
Oh, come on. You're a big bad black dragon. She's not that scary. Come on now.
It kind of like slowly just sort of slinks back behind the counter. And then you see like a claw reach up and blindly reach around for the coffee pot and just kind of slowly pulls it down behind the counter with it.
Well, I guess I'll make another pot.
All right. All right. So big truth bomb there. It took a lot of courage to really put that out there. Pharos, that was good.
And I will say, like, as the conversation is wrapping up, like, well, you could have pinned your uncle's death on one of us, and you didn't. So I do.
Yeah, it'd be very easy.
Thanks for doing us the solid of not selling us out, even though that was your plan.
Yeah, I mean, it became really easy, I guess, to sell out Gellin pretty easily. But, you know, you guys seemed really tight. And, you know, haven't had friends in a while. So...
It's not funny. Elbow Thogro.
What are you talking about? Oh, sorry. I didn't know we were being serious.
And friends are difficult to come by. We will support you, Pharos, and keep you safe. And vice versa, hopefully. Also, I apologize for Cat sent me out at you in the middle of the night. It sucks. Sometimes they stomp on head, sometimes they tickle your face with whiskers. All of this sucks, but if you will forgive that, I will keep you safe.
Thank you. So, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. I thought she's gonna like turn me into like a frog or something. You know, she's really angry. Yeah, she said she's gonna tattle to the dragon mother.
You hear the sound of something breaking on the other side of the counter. And then just a long silence. Anyone with children knows they have a plus 15 to their perception checks when you think they are not listening.
But I need to protect him. I can't let that happen. So I need I can't let this. I can't keep this going on. You know.
Well, yeah. Let us know how we can best help. Pharos.
Well, so step one is need to get a new +1 halberd.
Yep.
Skull sigh heavily. They look down at Surge.
You nobles are super expensive.
Hey. You know what you signed up for.
You were a fine weapon. I just gotta ask one thing, Pharos. When the chips are down, whose side are you gonna pick?
Well, mine, obviously. But, you guys are pretty good too, so...
That's reassuring.
Yeah. I'll cover it.
Okay.
I'll pick up Surge from him for now. He's offering up.
Is that happening? Is that a thing? Are you unattuning from Surge?
Fuck.
Are you doing it?
God. Yeah, I put Surge in. I thrust it in. You know, not. Okay, no. I don't. I hand it to Pharos. Yeah.
All right. I like to think cinematically there's a scene where you just stab Surge right into Pharos' throat, and then he expands like the blueberry girl from Willy Wonka, and then just explodes water everywhere, and you get like a huge smile on your face, but then the camera cuts back to reality, and you're just kind of like, ugh, and you like hand the weapon over normally. Surge does not require you to make a charisma saving throw to part with it because it believes in its heart that it is trading up, and it lets you know that. Yeah, it's not nice.
Let's go get Skull his flaming sword.
Yeah, you can get that far. This whole daisy chain of inheriting weapons.
As you take the weapon, do you spend an hour to attune to it, or are you just carrying it around and?
Not yet. I don't attune to it yet.
Okay.
Because that would signal some bad things.
Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Can I help him?
How would you help him?
I'm on the other side of town at that point.
You feel like maybe you should attune to it.
Okay.
You feel like you probably need an hour, maybe, just to, it's a new weapon and all. You should probably practice with it,
I grab it out of his hands and try to. It knows me. I try to attune to it. I try to not attune to it, but I try to. I'm gonna try to, because he said it would be bad, and then I saw him be like, "Oh, I need to take a nap with this." So I'm gonna try to take it.
All right, give me just a second, because I have to set some stuff up.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
all right.
I think my save dice are rigged. They're all rigged.
I don't think I have any inspiration left for you guys.
It's so funny.
All right.
Like I made all of those saves.
I'm gonna mute it real quick while the saving screen shows up, or the loading screen shows up. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely on the other side of town at this point.
Wow. It's funny. Like I made pretty much all of those saves with like no bonus at all.
It's a plus.
And I was like, if I give it to when we first had it, I'm like, I'm gonna give it to Pharos because he's got a good save. And then the first thing that happens after I give it to you is you fail to save.
I mean, it could have been worse. He didn't roll the 1 on the roll, so he's fine.
Because if you remember, it had me attack Toothless, and I made that save.
You did.
It wanted me to attack Toothless for whatever reason. I think maybe Skull was angry with you, so it took that and ran with it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine.
This is fine.
This is definitely a ripping off the Band-Aid moment, though.
Yeah, worst case is one person dies.
Probably the person who was gonna die anyway, right? So.
And just after we found out that Lady Prime Martyr was like, "Oh, you're becoming what's her face's champion,"
Yeah.
Well, she who hungers in the deep.
Yeah. What are we doing next, by the way? Well,
I was gonna say we go take care of the Saltmarsh problem, but that's why I asked Tari how she was feeling. If she was feeling any worse, I'd say we just go and take care of that right now. Otherwise,
I feel like we have to, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
Do we have a guess? I mean, so Skull, do you have a guess?
If Ferris is going to betray us, or what?
No, I was going to ask how quickly we could. I mean, there's that too, so that complicates things. I was going to ask how quickly we think we could deal with the Saltmarsh problem, because I do think the succubus thing is kind of an issue. But if we think we can work,
yeah, the only reason I did Saltmarsh is something we wanted to do, but we had to we had to go to the ball. And it's also cultist stuff. It's also about demons and stuff. So I was thinking maybe we find out more about demon succubus at that place, and then we can go take on her. But
no, I like that.
That's just what I was thinking.
I think it's pretty smart.
But if not, it's like it's the kind of I think it's the root of the cultist problem in Saltmarsh. There was the house that crawls, and then we took care of San Blanet, then we took care of Sigma. And we went off and did a bunch of other stuff. Then we came back and did Jamba Juice.
Yeah,
Jamba Juice is leading to
definitely
these guys.
Yeah.
And we took care of the Vilsar in the swamps with Sigma's brother, the snake guy.
Oh yeah.
Which was they were giving people to him or something. I don't really remember.
Man, Crash has gone silent for like a disturbingly long period of time. Well, Tari, it was nice knowing you.
Thank you.
No.
It was nice being alive for a short period of time. And
at least vampire AIDS didn't kill you. I mean, it's good work.
Yeah.
So yeah, the message I got from Lady Dagford was that it wasn't supposed to kill you. It wasn't because you apparently inadvertently died while you slept with her.
I think vampires are undead though, so it does.
Yeah, so she brought you back. Yeah, so you died and she brought you back.
Wait, I'm undead.
Why didn't anything happen to Nikolai?
I made a really good save.
He didn't. Did you even sleep with her? I thought you went to the library.
Yeah,
no. That's what Crash said. It was
he didn't stay the whole night. Yeah.
But I got really nervous because I went to the library and he's like, "Let's see if we have a TPK," and I was like, "Maybe I shouldn't have done that thing."
Shit.
Yeah, I think she's badass. I mean, it'd be fun to kill her. I'll have to be careful, obviously.
Yeah, I kind of had forgotten that I was sick. I just was like, "Oh, that sounds really bad," but now I've made it even worse. So, wee.
I was waiting for like the proper moment to like ask how you looked.
Yeah, that's yeah. Sorry, I did this now, but it seemed kind of appropriate story-wise. There's a lot of Pharaoh showed a lot of trust ? By telling us finally what was up, and then he's like, "Oh, I need a weapon," but it's like you can't use your current weapon because she owns your weapon. But if you use this weapon, there you go.
Yeah, I liked it.
And it kind of frees me up to pick a different weapon, although it wasn't like a priority.
Oh, hey, I didn't have a stroke or anything. I was just like looking for the map I had picked out. Yeah, I was looking for the map I had picked out for like the cul-de-sac where you guys lived, but it's not like dynamically lit. And then I was like, this will be over quick one way or the other. So we'll theater of the mind all that stuff. So,
wait, why one way or the other?
Oh,
I know, right?
I mean, that's for you to determine. All right. So let me drag you guys out to this map. Let's see. It's pretty crowded in here too, so yeah. Let's see, but I mean, it is a dwarf house, so in a human city, so it's like not going to be, you know, not going to worry about being overly large, because you know. Let's see.
That's what my save dice to work. They never work.
I don't think this happened because you didn't make the save. I think this was till you reached grabbing for it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess. Too.
All right, so yeah, so we got this little cul-de-sac looking thing right here. All right. I kind of envisioned that you guys had like a side-by-side duplex kind of thing going on, maybe. You know, like there's like Thogrum and Illyria kind of deal. Obviously, the furnishing might be different inside. And it's a multi-story building with, you know, a basement workshop and then an upstairs area and that kind of thing. So you guys are down here. Obviously, there's walls and stuff. But yeah, this is kind of the situation where you are at. And I need everybody to roll initiative. This little guy, I guess he'll just watch, unless you want him to get involved. Teehee. Then
No.
I tell him to stay back. I don't know what's happening, but I tell him to stay back.
I mean, because he'll definitely get involved if that's what you'd like. So.
No.
All right. All right. If that is the case, let me put on tenser music here. And we'll see what happens. Let's see. Yeah, sorry about that super long loading time. I was not thinking that you guys would actually get in a fight here, so I didn't prep it in advance.
What are the
odds? Silly DM. What are you thinking, you goof? All right. I guess Pharos is kind of like a big boss. We'll put big boss music for him. All right.
Yeah, and I hate battles, but Liz always gets me in battles. It's horrible.
Yeah. I know.
That's true.
If you had your way, it would only be roleplay all the time. There we go. There's Pharos' boss music. He keeps it on a mixtape in his back pocket. So.
Nice.
Oh, wait, let me turn this up.
All right, so Illyria. As soon as Tari reaches for that thing, time slows down. Combat music starts up. You see Pharos' eyes flash an azure blue that matches that of the glowing trident in his hands. All of his muscles tense up, and you see eldritch energy crackling along the weapon and along his arms. What do you do?
More concerned for Tari, and I will grab my crossbow from my back, and I'm going to mark prey on Pharos.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Sorry, Pharos.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, why did we give him that armor? He only had 15 AC before.
Feel free to say non-lethal.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh man. A 20, right? Because I don't think you'd have advantage on him.
Mark Prey gives advantage.
Oh shit! Oh man! Thank God we don't use critical hit cards. Okay, well, Pharos, you just took 20 points of damage. Illyria, you have another shot.
No, I'll take it.
Oh, that's a great little bonus action spell. All right, you take 14 points of damage.
Bargram's gonna be like, that's my friend.
And I'll tell him, drop the weapon now, Pharos. And that will be my turn.
He is instantly bloodied.
Sorry, Pharos.
Skull, you can't help but feel slightly satisfied because you just broke up with your weapon, and your weapon was a real asshole about it, and now its new wielder just got punched, like 2 big holes punched in him in less than like 6 seconds.
I think that was the thing before, is why he didn't. Why originally didn't happen.
All right, anything else from Illyria?
No, that's it.
Okay. Given the extreme pain that you just suffered, Pharos, give me another charisma saving throw.
Oh my god. Phew.
All right. Pharos, you realize that the weapon does not want Tari anywhere near it, and it was going to have you kill her. The pain of the critical hits and the secondary shot that almost dropped you, I'll add, kind of snapped you back to your senses. If you had been attuned to the weapon, you would not have gotten that extra saving throw because your bond would have been pretty strong at that point. So just keep that in mind. Tari, you see that the blue light in his eyes has kind of flickered and faded. The weapon itself still glows angrily with eldritch energy.
I will. Can you? I can't see Vuthajesk on the map. Can you just click on him?
Oh yeah. I'll bring him in real quick. Let's see, where is he? Starting to get a lot of tokens here. Oh, there he is.
I will.
I guess he's over here with the coffee pot. There you go.
Okay, I will. Yeah, and there's no other exit, right? I'm gonna.
I mean, you got these lovely windows right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
window.
and then there's
Excellent.
the door to the foyer, like area.
Okay,
but...
perfect. I'm gonna put my hands up and like back around the corner and do the thing where I pretend to be walking downstairs backwards so I get smaller and smaller behind the little like table or whatever. And then I will stand by the window and I will yeah. That is what I will do.
Pharos.
I will ready like a fist to smash the window, or to open the door. I will.
Oh, okay.
I could do that instead.
Pharos, at the urging of the weapon, do you use your reaction to stab Tari?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, just checking. All right, Skull, you're up.
Okay.
You look over, and the baby, he's salivating acid very heavily. His eyes are dilated like crazy, like somebody let him drink a lot of coffee.
Jesus.
Oh man. Help him? Do you say that? Yeah. Okay.
Help me. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just item interaction. Pull out a short sword, and I guess I will non-lethally try and
just slap him upside the head with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So short sword.
Oof. Yeah, that does not get through that fancy armor you guys helped him get.
That's Fireforge made right now. Way to fucking go, Ilaria. Putting holes in me fucking armor. Made the lad.
You know, I tried to go, but...
So he kind of like matrices out of the way. I'll bring it around for another attempt with the second attack, extra attack.
17, nope.
No.
Cinematically, this is more of the trident itself, kind of parrying the attacks than his armor. Yeah.
I'm kicking myself because I didn't give myself a retrained precision attack. I will action surge. I will try 2 more times.
All right.
If I can hit him.
Oh. You hear
good rolls.
You hear that watery you hear that watery voice in your mind.
Pathetic. This is why
No.
you weren't the right wielder for me, child.
That's it.
All right, Nikolai.
All right. So does Pharos actually seem like he wants to attack us?
Pharos looks like a person that was tricked into getting on a roller coaster.
Been there.
Yeah. All right.
That's a very good analogy.
It really is. I feel so bad for him. There's like the.
I will never retrain precision attack ever again. Gosh darn it.
All right, Pharos. I apologize. This will hurt, but we will wake you up afterwards. I need certainty in life.
All tough cocktail.
What?
Oh, it's
and he fireballs Stargrim's house.
2.
Okay.
3. He's gonna hit.
Oh, the second one will do it. The second one will do it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So as the third one, where do you send that third one then? You still send it to Pharos?
No. Yeah, he wouldn't have sent it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're cool with that, he'll just.
Sure. It just sort of floats, and then just sort of fireworks in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This was magical force, so he is dying on the ground. You can't do non-lethal with magical force, but I mean, you guys are there. You'll be able to stabilize him. So, anything else from Nikolai?
The cat will come over and like lick him. He's good.
Spencer.
Spencer sees Katiaru licking him and runs over and licks him too.
Okay, all right. Bounds over, lots of honking. Just a thick, viscous film of saliva now forms over his face area. All right, Pharos, saving throw against death. All right, success. More licks. Thogrim.
Thogrim's gonna get up and like stomp over to the Pharos and look at Illyria like, "Come on, I just made it."
I mean, did you see the way that he was looking at Terry? I'm not gonna let that happen.
With your perception, you do notice that Eben Fang has rolled into initiative, despite being told not to.
Nah. Eben Fang.
He bears his piranha-like fangs at you, acid just dripping all over your beautiful carpet.
I'm gonna bonus action healing word.
Okay.
At 2nd level.
All right. Pharos, you are alive, prone, 11 hit points. It is hard to breathe. There is a thick, viscous film covering your snout. It tastes slimy. There's also a weird sandpaper feeling, as if a small cat tongue is licking you as well. It's a very strange situation. In your head, Surge basically roars at you, at your incompetence and your weakness, and this is why your father died, and isn't it good he did before he got to see what a failure you are, etc., etc., etc.
And Thogrim's gonna look at the spell and be like, "Man, you guys are impossible to keep up. Really, I don't know. I mean, even with me armor on." And I'm just gonna stomp over to Eben Fang, and I'm gonna pour some creamer into Eben Fang's coffee.
Lad, try some of this. It's hazelnut.
And I'm gonna try to like convince him otherwise.
Well, heavy cream is a base, so that would diffuse his acid. I mean, is that all right? Cautiously on his turn, he takes the creamer and he drinks it. His eyes close, both sets of eyelids. And he smiles as though he's in like a early 2000s Snickers commercial, and you've just made everything okay. You see the acid around his mouth dissipate, and then he says,
"Ah, this is good. Do you have more of this in your secret mine?"
Yeah. We'll get you creamer for the coffee. It helps cut down the acidic flavor, if you know.
I spared your life today, dwarf, because you healed one of my minions when he was in his time of need. Also, because we are friends.
I appreciate that, and Gond appreciates that. And me house appreciates that as well.
Yes.
And, maybe I'll work on some better armor for your friend, because clearly that's not working.
all right, fair enough. The round ends. If you guys would like, you can coup de grace or finish off Pharos, or we could just end combat. I don't know. Wait, what do you guys want to do?
well,
I gotta ask here, Pharos, are you still clutching the trident, or have you let go of it? Okay. All right. I just wanted to ask. Jeez. So the trident is on the ground. So, does anybody intend to pick the trident up?
Not for me.
Okay.
No, not for me.
All right.
No, but I'll go stabilize him.
Yeah, he's been healed. He's good.
Okay.
All right, I'll take you guys out of combat. All right. Man, just when the drums were getting going. Oh well. All right. He's he used to be so rich that he would have like a whole like marching band follow him around for fights. It was incredible. I'm sorry. Okay. So, you have recovered from this situation. Even Fang is pleased with the dwarf's offering of the heavy cream. And Serge lays discarded in the corner.
Yaru like rubs like his kind of like butthole up in Pharos' face. Yeah.
All right.
Spencer sees that and he copies him too.
Oh, nice.
Can you get?
It's a double butthole. It's a double butthole. Oh, look, you guys, so beautiful.
It's out of my face.
I mean, just lick the butthole; it'll go away. You have to lick it though first.
Where are these critical hits when you actually?
I hit them.
Yeah, there were no pebbles in the crossbow today.
That's that mock prey, darling. Did you like that?
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I know a lot of people in other groups that I will tell them about that spell that might change their lives. Yeah, anyone that's played with David, not to call David out on stream, but he's got some terrible dice rolls. He could definitely use those. So, all right. So, what now?
Pharos, I'm so sorry. I should have thought. I'm sorry.
Terry, did you get any sleep last night?
It's like you shot me. I didn't even do anything.
Did I?
I mean...
They're still sticking out of his chest. I would say probably, yeah.
Do you want me to pull them out?
No.
Are you sure? I mean, I kind of need them back.
This isn't like a... I like look down at them like, oh my god, like incredulously, like looking at, like pointing.
I mean,
at
it's mostly in your armor and like just the tip in your skin. You know, the process of magical healing kind of pushes them out, you know, a little bit. But yeah, they're kind of just rattling around, like the fletching sticking out of the holes in your nice armor.
Dargram's gonna yell at them. Take off your breastplate. Let me see that fucking thing so I can fix it.
Okay.
Patch the holes up for you real quick, like.
It's like
So you spend like 10 plus minutes taking off armor, fixing armor, getting armor back on, etc., etc.
That's what we do. We like shoot people before they do things.
I'm gonna protect Tari if you look like you're going to attack her.
Sure, only 6 seconds pass. I mean,
that's
all it takes.
Nikolai agreed. That seemed too fast to shoot other people in party. Next time, maybe a little bit longer.
If it's any consolation,
I think in Tari's state,
they were non-lethal shots. They would have just punctured your lung and not your heart.
I mean, to be fair, she probably could have killed if she had wanted to.
Yeah, I could have.
Was little worried about killing you. Honestly.
I'm glad we had our kumbaya moment before you shot me.
Why are you showing so much weakness, you fool?
Okay.
I mean, if it's not the succubus taking you over, then it's the weapon taking you over. I'm not going to take any chances on anyone's life.
Your hackles were up. They knew you were going to strike. You were too obvious. You should take your own advice. Lure them in with friendship. Once they think you're your friend, then you can take advantage of them.
What?
It's
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Nikolai. Like you.
Oh wait, that was Skull's
thing.
advice. I'm sorry, but I get them confused sometimes.
And he puts like one claw to his nose, like tea.
No, you are very smart, Dragon. We should listen to you more.
Wow, yeah. I mean, he inflates at the praise because I mean it's just and right that you should give it to him. So
he deserves it.
Now, Pharos, do not let them know that the wounds you took hurt you. Pretend that it was nothing. You are stronger than this. You represent me out in the field.
Yes. Clearly.
Here you are mewling. Oh, you hurt me. Wah! How do you think that makes me look? You take your licks and you bide your time for sweet vengeance. All of them sleep at night. We can sneak into their rooms and we'll talk about the rest later.
Nikolai heard that, Dragon, but we can talk about that too.
Alright. And he slithers away to keep drinking coffee.
Crash, was I able to rest last night, or I was not able?
You were. Yeah, you were.
Okay.
So does Turi look a lot better than what she was before?
She does recover that point of exhaustion that she had, but she still looks wasted away a bit. You know, like a person that is just not getting vitamins and essential nutrients.
Oh, you know what? She needs blood. She needs blood.
Succubus blood.
No, like regular people blood. You know, she's a vampire, right?
Oh,
are you volunteering?
I don't think so.
Hey, you know what? Hey, let's try it. Okay, like I'll grab like Skull's dagger and like I'll do a point of damage myself and like slice my hand.
Oh my god.
Okay, Tari, do you want to drink Pharos' blood? Not the weirdest thing I've asked Dungeons and Dragons.
How do I feel when I look at it?
It looks pretty good, I'll be honest. It looks pretty good.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I will.
Will that complete the transformation?
But you are still completely in your half state. You are still completely in control of your faculties.
I'll let like the blood out of my hand into like a cup or something.
Can I try to slap his hand away and cast?
Yeah, are we there?
I reach out to drink it.
Sure. Yeah, give me a spell attack roll. Probably the easiest way to handle this one.
Wait, so what's going on, Riley?
So that would just be your +6. Yeah, D20 +6.
D20 +6. 20. Oh, that's not hidden.
What is Tari trying to do?
Plus 6.
So 12.
Oh, yeah, 12.
I don't know. Is he still naked? Are you still working on his armor? Or
What's going on?
Well, I guess if the 10 minutes had passed. If the 10 minutes hadn't passed, then I'd still be messing with his armor.
Okay. It's up to you, Ferris. Are you like you're readily cutting yourself and stuff? Are you waiting for armor to be repaired? And
yeah, like that. It's like, oh, this is my thing. This is
all right, yeah. Then I think a 12 does hit because your dexterity is nothing to write home about. So as you are kind of squirting blood or dripping blood into this cup, Thagrum kind of grasps your hand and lays some healing upon you, closing the wound.
Great. Now to do it all over again.
Hey, can we just, hold on about, maybe we should think about this for a second.
I do not throw myself on the floor and lick up the drop.
Okay, good. I'm proud of you. I would have been proud of you either way, though.
All right, so you're not currently trying to get blood. Tari, is that right?
I'm not throwing myself on the floor to get the droplet spilled.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
but I'm looking at his hand real thirsty like.
The cat looks up everything it can.
Okay.
Before Tari can get to it.
Do I know anything about vampire transformations? Or where I can find
you guys did a pretty hardcore study of the succubi species.
Yeah.
Go ahead and see if maybe there's a bit of lingering info. You could do a with advantage religion check if you'd like, utilizing your sage background. Yeah. So vampires do have the ability, much like werewolves, to create other members of their species. Each time they do, the next generation, as it was, is essentially a bit less powerful than the one before it. Within their hierarchy, there is vampire spawn, which is like the newly created ones. They are relatively weak, can spider climb, life drain, claw attacks, bite attacks, things like that. As they advance in age, similar to a dragon, the older they get, the more powerful they become. This is coupled with the fact that they retain any of the skills and abilities that they had in life and can continue to develop those abilities. So as they grow in essentially their class, they also age into their abilities. So yeah, the transformation itself, stories vary that it's supposed to be a willing thing, but it can also essentially be a forced thing using their mental control abilities. So basically they force people into thinking they want to turn rather than just freely choosing to do so. Unlike lycanthropy, though, it doesn't spread, like, it's not infectious. Like, they don't, they can't just, like, slash you with their claws and you turn into a vampire. In this particular instance, it's a bit outside of your expertise because she has essentially been turned or attempted to be turned into a vampire. Not by a vampire, but by a fiend.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a different situation. Normally, much like with the werewolf situation, these sorts of things can be cured or dispelled, especially if they're caught before the transformation is completed. However, a lack of proper reagents can sometimes cause the transformation to be stuck halfway between completing and being cured, or in the case of a particularly powerful curse or enchantment, it just isn't enough to essentially remove all of the process. That may be what they were referring to when they said that she was stuck between transformations.
So if Tari drinks any blood, will that...
It would probably make things worse rather than better. Is your final analysis? It would probably make things worse rather than better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you say any of this stuff out loud, Larry?
Oh yeah, I would definitely tell you. Please.
I immediately walk over to the wall and see if I can climb it.
Okay. You are not able to climb the wall.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you are because you're a bard and you're training every skill and you could make an athletics check, but you are not able to spider climb the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's good.
Should...
Thank you for stopping me from making a terribly delicious mistake.
I'm but an instrument of Vagan's will, and I'm just gonna look at Pharaohs and kind of wink at him, like, see that old Gond, he keeps you safe.
Yeah. Think we should deal with Succubus quickly. This is unsettling. I don't know what you all think, but I don't want someone to drink my blood, honestly.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend against that, Terry.
Yeah, let's can we help Terry? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we have to address the pole arm in the room. All right.
I back up again. I cower in the corner by the door.
All right.
If we just give it Pharaohs.
You're muted.
Yeah.
If we
I
just
agree.
give it to Pharaohs, is it that big of a deal?
I could. All right. I'm gonna like backpack it, like wrap it in a. You could try again. Yeah. All
Take
right.
it.
The problem wills. It will call out. Up until I attune to it.
To be fair, if the same thing happens again, it's already proven to not be much to deal with. So.
Ooh.
If you attune to it, will it try to make you kill me right away?
Yeah. So the problem is, if I attune to it, Lady Daggerford's gonna find out because.
So you want to wait until the very last second to do it?
Yeah. Wait until we're in her house.
Just
Doesn't it take an hour?
Well, I mean, yes, it would take an hour, but
why don't you just kind of tell them you're seeing someone right now, and ask if we can hold on until you break up with the other person first. I feel like that's fair.
I almost feel like I should hold on to it again, but
What's to say it goes to either one of you?
we could put in like a leather sack or something, or like a backpack.
It's pretty big.
You know, like a scabbard. You know, like a.
And Skull, was it trying to get you to kill me as well? Or did it just not want me to touch it?
I was gonna ask Crash that. I don't think so. I think the only one I ever almost attacked was Toothless. And I think the reason why is because Toothless always kind of like gnawed at skulls. He was kind of was abrasive, I guess. I don't know.
Mm. Oh, so he like picked up on Skull's irritation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
right, who's gonna pick it up?
No, did. And Bargain's gonna put his thumb on his nose, finger on his nose.
The cat goes to pick it up.
Oh God!
Is that
all right? It is far too heavy for the cat.
Can the cat like snuggle with it or no?
I mean, you know, cat can get up on it. You know.
All right, I'll snuggle.
Okay.
A meow. People meow.
Can I use Mage Hand to carry it, or?
Forever?
What is the weight of limit of Mage Hand? 20 pounds? 10 pounds?
10
pounds.
10.
Okay. Let's see.
Check it out.
This is a pretty beef weapon. But let me check.
Or the unseen servant can carry it. He could.
I think Mage Hand specifically says how much you can carry.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Mage Hand is 10 pounds. I'm checking on
Okay.
Unseen Servant also.
Let's see.
You can do quote unquote normal tasks.
I mean, it is a greater trident. It only weighs, I believe, 8 pounds. So, yeah.
All right. Problem solved.
So
Nice.
I hate to bring up another bad.
Oh no, sorry. It only weighs 5 pounds. Okay.
In the past, when nobody was kind of wielding that thing, it kind of talked to everyone in the area. So, if we don't want it causing us problems, I mean, what are we going to do about that, fellas? And he's like specifically looking at Pharaoh's and Skull.
They used to talk to everybody. I don't know. It's just kind of evil, you know, like not in like the cool kind of evil, or even like misguided kind of evil.
My book. Sorry.
Mr. Pharaoh, do you not wish to carry it?
Well, I mean, I'll wait later. I could try again, you know, with the proper stat boosting save spells you guys keep tucked away.
Yeah. I can certainly give you bardic inspiration.
Alright.
Alright, bud.
I'll try again, I guess. Alright, after the bardic inspiration, and is there bless? Does that one work too, or those stack?
I think they do. But I would.
Crash, can I give him my GM inspiration?
Sure.
I'll do that.
Okay. Alright, so charisma save.
Are you trying to pick the weapon up again? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I'll try and pick it up again.
Oof. Okay.
Alright, so I roll a charisma save. Hey, okay. I'm alive.
All right, bolstered by your allies, you take hold of the weapon and exert your will upon it, and it is quiet.
No, you listen here, you piece of shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
I don't hear anything.
Nope.
Nice, I chastise it.
What? Everything. What do you do? Oh, can you get what you're drawing in? Oy.
This is mine. The elf draws her kills and her prey in her tiny book. I have discovered that it will be simpler if I do that rather than take the bones of the fallen.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, that's probably pretty true. Can I just?
I have, in anticipation of the day when I strike him down for his insolence, I started drawing Skull.
Can I take a quick look at it real fast, just to make sure?
What, the picture I drew of Skull?
No,
here.
There's nothing important in the book. I'll give you another book if.
Aww, that's a really good picture.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to give Skull something nice for good art. Oh, Crash is a newer one.
I know. I thought you were still working on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go through the book. If there's nothing like that, like I'm serious about, I'm just.
Yeah. I mean, you had this weird idea for like a metal cutting device that would chop potatoes into sticks, but you're not really sure that anybody would want that. So you're not. Yeah.
That one's kind of stupid, but
yeah.
Okay, but here you go. You can. And I'm just gonna give it to him, and here you go,
okay.
lad.
Thank you for returning my property to me.
Right. God be with me.
All right. So you have handed off the weapon, is the intention to go and purchase this flaming sword before it is no longer there? Or was the intention that you had purchased it or set it aside for him and you were going to go pick it up?
Oh, well, that's not up to me then. If it's the other way around, I didn't. I've kind of settled on the thing that like I missed my chance on it because I always wait too long.
Yeah, I thought Therese said that she wanted to use her town token to ask if it could be set aside. Her flashback token. Is that what you did?
Eyebrow at skull? Like, yes?
Okay.
Yes.
Then Therese does a jazz hands ta-da because apparently she put it on layaway for you. That's a thing, kids, that they used to have at stores a long time ago. So.
Back when there were stores that you could go into and buy.
Oh, no. It's only been a week and a half. Don't talk like that yet. Please.
You got kicked out of a Walmart, Crash.
No.
Thogrum's gonna make sure
there's only Amazon warehouses that take things to your house.
There are. The little robots will be doing it soon. Only robots. All right. So if that's the case, you swing by and pick up this flaming ass sword, assuming you're gonna drop that fat dollars on it.
Like skull.
Everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, we've been thinking a lot. I think here, and then I'll spend my whole allowance, but that Daggerford gives me.
Alrighty. Let's see. I'll have to look up the price since it's no longer in the store. Hold on.
There was another flame tongue in the dwarven anvil. I don't know if it's the same price, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I will say that works well for me. I would eventually like to buy a magical thing at some point this game.
You are magic. You're a wizard.
I am. I agree.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I literally am giving money away. Yeah.
Let's see.
Was there anything in the shop that you wanted to get?
Not yet, but probably coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just mark off like 5,000 gold, and that'll cover the flame tongue.
Okay.
So collectively, or Pharos, if you really are walking around with that much money, just go ahead and mark. All right. Sweet. I trust you, Anthony, to find the most incredible art for a flaming greatsword. So.
I'm crying
sweet.
A little bit.
I ain't gonna lie. A flame tongue is a dope ass weapon. Yeah.
Good.
I teared up a little bit when I saw that art.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Alright.
Alrighty.
So what are we gonna go die to now?
Succubus. Alright, you have your sword. Let's deal with the succubus.
Succubus.
Okay.
What was also the Soulmore thing? Do we want to engage with that at all? Or?
Three's like dying.
Then yeah.
All right. To Daggerford. All right.
Along the way, like Thogrum's gonna ask Skull, like, does that help you avoid being hit any? Just curious.
The sword.
Are you gonna be able to? Yeah. Are you gonna be able to avoid any more attacks, or
Actually, no. It makes it. I'm more likely to get hit now. So. I need two hands to use it. Unless I get the other one, the longsword.
Offense is the best defense. Everybody knows that. All right.
Thogger, but before you go, Thogger, could you make breastplate or no?
So as long as I have the materials, I can fabricate it in 10 minutes.
There you go.
So yes.
You guys have contacts with the Dwarven Mining Guild. You can just go buy the metal, essentially, so he can make it at half the normal cost that's listed, right? That's how we're handling Forge Cleric stuff.
Yeah.
Also,
the materials.
That shop that I helped out, he owes me.
All right.
His feelings are hurt pretty bad because he got sprayed with acid by your son. So probably not the best time to call in favors on that guy.
Wait.
I think you owe him now. When you left him there.
No. This is a different shop.
Oh, a different shop.
The shop in Daggerford that was like, this is my.
Oh, yeah. I thought you guys were still in Saltmarsh. Yeah, if you want to hit up the shop at Daggerford.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I saw the Daggerford loading.
Oh yeah, I just started loading it up because I had already started. So if that's the case, Dagram, you swing by the dwarves, you buy the materials, or I would say if just mark off the money, and we'll assume you had it in your basement workshop already. So you spend 10 minutes. There's now a perfectly fit breastplate for a perfectly fit Nikolai Konstantin, third of his name.
Yeah.
And you guys head out. Given that it's late in the day, you do end up having to stay the night at that same inn where you guys stayed on your way back with Gellin and Ida. And then you leave in the morning. You arrive in Daggerford around noon.
Before we left, could I...
Huh?
Go ahead,
What?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to go grab one rat to take with me.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Just run to the door, scoop up a rat, and run out.
Yeah.
and drop them food.
Is it Tony?
I don't know which rat wanted to come with me.
Oh, for sure, Tony. For sure, Tony.
All right,
Tony.
As Illyria drops back, I would like kind of hang back. And when she came back out, I would be like, look, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. And they would start tearing up a little.
Oh.
And just say like, yeah, I don't know what to say. Just thank you. And then I'll run away.
All right. As you get closer, the night at the inn, on your way there, Tari, you do have more fitful dreams, similar to the ones you had before when you were in closer proximity to Daggerford. So go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please, to see how you weather those nightmares. Okay. You gain the bit. Oh, you're gonna luck it? Okay.
I'm gonna luck it. Oh, that's not how you luck it.
All right. Yeah, 17. It's bad, but you are able to weather the visions and the nightmares. Knowing more about it probably helped with that. You are tired, but not exhausted. When you kind of sleep through the ordeal. And then, as you continue your travels, you will arrive in the city of Daggerford. Okay. If it is all right with you guys, luck of the draw does catch up with Pharos as he's getting ready to leave town and offers to travel with you.
Oh my god, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going with you?
I've been better. I was mind controlled and I got shot. I had to do the whole.
And right after you bared your heart to everyone, we shot you.
Yeah, I told everyone the truth.
What was the truth?
The truth. Oh well. So you see, I was working for Lady Dagger for a while. She
How is that a big reveal? I mean that was super. Oh, that part. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. That seems like a conflict of interest.
I don't want to think about it.
So, the plan is to go back there and I don't know, ice your own patron.
That's what the plan is right now.
That seems like the kind of thing that the warlocks do in the books all the time. There's some sort of pivotal thing that happens in their lives that changes everything, and they get like a moral compass, and they start making like different choices, and like their patron keeps pulling them back into the life that they had, but they want to escape that life, but they can't. They keep getting pulled back in, but they found something worth fighting for.
Does sound nice.
It was the baby, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Also, Prime Water told me to give you guys this. Apparently his wife really wanted you to have it. Where is this thing? He starts kind of feeling around in his pouch.
It's a real sweet piece. I don't know what you guys did to deserve this. Here you go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so this +2 magical dagger contains 3 charges. When it damages a fiend or elemental target that is below 50% of its maximum health, you can expend 1 charge from the dagger to cast Banish. Saving throws against this banishment are made at disadvantage. If the banishment is completed, the target cannot return to the current plane for 1d4 plus 300 years. You can also expend 1 charge to gain the benefits of a heal spell, self only. When all 3 charges are used, something happens to the dagger, and it is unknown how charges can be restored to this weapon.
Skull, Pharaohs, what do you think? Which one should you have?
Have you seen my dex score?
No.
You can use finesse, so it's a finesse. You can use your strength. And it gives you a +2 to hit anyway, so.
I think one of you should have this. Not sure which.
I'll take it. Fine.
Yeah, as someone that's been playing a barbarian rogue that strength stabs everything with finesse weapons, you could totally use strength for finesse weapons.
Fine.
I think the problem is with a hexblade, you like to use charisma for everything, and you can only do that with one particular weapon.
Right.
But he gave himself 16 strength. Like that's with the +2 as well.
And now you could perform the hexblade rite that was taught to you by Lady Daggerford on this dagger, and it would become your hex weapon.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, she wouldn't find out anyway. Oh yeah, but then she could take it away.
That'd be funny. Poof.
Shucks, I almost got him. All right. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, I'm here if you need me. And I'm totally not here to spy on you guys at all.
Oh. You have something to share?
Yeah, I don't really need to share. It's pretty obvious that I'm here because you keep using romance options during our conversations, and secondly, I'm spying on you guys for Prime Water. So, but I'm also here to help. And then he jazz hands.
Oh no, we're rubbing off on him.
Yeah.
No, he's like mimicking you. He's like mirroring you. He's like subconsciously being attracted to you, and he doesn't even realize.
I shrug. It's like, well, in my video game vision, does Luck of the Draw have romance options ticked off in the corner?
Unlike novice DMs who are tricked into revealing that information, it will always be a secret in my game.
Okay, I'll just have to keep working at it.
The dagger does require attunement to banish stuff with it, though, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. I think it's fitting if you do it, Pharaohs, but
Sure. I could attune to this or not. Everything's having me attune to everything these days.
I mean,
we only have 3. You only have 3 attunement slots. Hey, I mean, Nikolai did say he wants a magic item. I mean, Nikolai's he can front line. He's got a shield. He's got medium armor. He's got a shield spell. Dude's armor class can get above 20.
He's got a kitty cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
flies?
I'm down if you
The
want.
kitty cat could give him advantage on the stab. I'm just saying.
That's
Nikolai
+2.
Well, yeah, Nikolai is happy to do that.
Okay.
Nikolai not like succubus.
And if he does get beat up real bad, he could piss away one of the limited charges to do a self-heal. 70 hit points of healing, just like that.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
We did get a long rest in between because we had to stop for the night.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's the next day. It's midday the next day.
Okay, fill up your health, Pharos.
Going twice.
Please.
All right, I'm gonna. Nikolai takes.
All right.
Dagger.
Easiest way to add it to your character sheet would be to use the compendium to bring over a +2 dagger and then just rename it. I think that would probably be the easiest way.
Nikolai can do that.
All right.
Hey, Pharos, I hope there are no hard feelings.
Okay. You know, no good deed goes unpunished.
What?
What?
So you're gonna punish me for
We just
for
got
protecting Tari.
we just built a little
No.
bridge of trust that you told us everything. You'd be cryptic.
Mate, are you sure you want to go that route? Me armor's good, but it's not that good.
What a failsafe in your armor.
Have you seen my flaws yet? Have you seen?
Let me tell you about the Gond, and I want to kind of put my arm around Pharos, and
While just traveling there.
yeah.
All right. Your son continues his art career, just drawing away with his charcoal sticks in the little notebook. He seems to really enjoy it. It keeps him calm and focused, so that he's not off killing small animals or bothering you guys. So.
Wow.
Nice.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Illyria.
Hey.
I present to you my completed work of Pharos. How I picture this is Pharos in his ideal state. So, there you go.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. Sure, you look amazing.
Yeah, I'm trying some cross hatching. Yeah, this is
Lessons. I'm more than happy to teach you.
Since you have a track record of betrayal, I figure I will take you out before you could betray me, and then I will fashion your skull into an effigy to show my other followers so that they understand just what I'm about. I did not give you any special etchings as punishment for your future betrayal.
First your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Okay.
Keep it up.
All right. So, in Daggerford, back in the big city, you have a delivery waiting for you, Pharos, that you ordered from that shop.
Oh yeah, my goggles.
That's right.
Alright, I'll go to the shop and are they here?
Yeah, the goggles of night have arrived.
Nice.
They actually arrived, let's see, 5 days ago. You guys have been... Huh?
How do they come in like cool frames, or like are they just like really gaudy?
Roll a d20. The closer to 20, the closer they are to being super cool. The closer to 1, the closer they are to being like Coke bottle birth control glasses issued by the Navy. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry. I mean, you look cool though. It'll be fun.
I always wanted to ask if you could like get like the same kind of magic item, because I wouldn't ever want to wear goggles. But like if I get like a bracelet that does it, like an earring, that'd be cool. It's like the same
that would be
magic
pretty cool.
like a piece of jewelry.
All right, you got your kind of Coke bottle glasses going on now. They're not the worst they could be, but they're 15 out of 20 away from being the best they could be. All right, do you slap them on to give them a try?
Yeah, I'll wear them.
All right,
how they look.
I'll modify your miniature for you real quick.
Oh no.
Kind of look like an egg now. Your eyes with the yellow. All right, what's that? There we go. You look awesome. There we go. Perfect. All right. Yeah, the guy lets you stand in his supply closet with the lights off, and you are able to see in the dark.
Gotta make sure they work.
Yeah. You are now the proud owner of Goggles of Night.
Nice.
All right. What's next?
I go to the bank and pick up the money. Was it like a certain amount per week?
Correct. Yeah, you were limited to what you could access.
Right. So I've been gone for like 2 weeks, right? So.
Let's see.
2 weeks. Oh, maybe. I don't think it was 2 weeks. Undergroup took 2 weeks.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are still Goggles of Night. You ordered back on the 14th, and a week is 10 days in the Forgotten Realms, and you're currently on the 20th. So yeah, it has not even been a full week yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
all right.
If you need cash, like we have cash, just like.
Oh man, when you're a noble and somebody says that to you, that's gotta feel really bad. Okay. In Daggerford, you've picked up the only outstanding errand that I had, so it's really up to you how you guys proceed.
I guess we should try and do some investigation, see what she's currently up to.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to wait too long, though.
I'll ask my noble contacts, like, hey, what's Lady Daggerford up to these days? That seems simple enough.
Okay, yeah. This could be easily represented by each of you, if you're going to split up gang, like you've done previously. Either rolling a persuasion, an intimidation, or a investigation. And then as your turn comes around, you could bullshit me about why you should have advantage based on your class, your background, the weather, your character art, whatever. So Nikolai, starting with you, are you going to be trying to dig up local info on what's going on? What is your contribution to the info gathering?
I really like to bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, bullshitting sounds amazing.
Okay. So you're going to use persuasion on people then?
He's going to investigate.
Okay, he's going to investigate.
Because, bullshitting.
Okay, sure.
Sure. And, he's going to look at things and he's going to talk to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
None of the words you're saying convince me that you should do this with advantage, so go ahead and just roll an investigation.
I did. Yeah, so 22.
Right. 22 is great. Yeah, you find out that Lady Daggerford has been touring the local hamlets all day. She is actually out and about on a goodwill tour of the local hamlets. She is expected to return tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Do we know which hamlet she's visiting and exactly when she'll return?
Well, it is a tour. Yeah.
I do apologize. I was taking a brief bio break as a.
Sure. She was headed to Stillwater, and then she was going to swing by Mud Creek, Warden, and then possibly take the river back to Daggerford.
Okay. Cool. That sounds good.
All right. So that brings us to Skull. What are you doing to get information? And what sort of information would you be trying to get, I guess? Kind of building off of what we already have here.
I will go and look for some rowdy boys.
Okay.
Of which I have a club card.
Do you bring your son with you to meet with the rowdy boys?
Yeah, sure as I can't leave it with Pharos anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll probably get recognized. This would be funny.
Your son considers himself to be quite a rowdy boy, and out of earshot of Pharos, he says, "We can't be seen with that guy. He's a nerd." After seeing his new glasses. So.
Yeah, and I guess I will try and find out kind of the guard situation, what's going on with the Temple of Lathander.
Okay.
I want to see if she's improved her security at all since last time.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so that would definitely sound like an investigation or persuasion. You can add advantage because you are tapping into your background and class feature.
Okay. Investigation or persuasion. Well, +1. Yeah, whatever. Persuasion. Oh, but that roll only once. 12.
Okay. Did you roll with advantage or? Oh, all right. There you go. Yeah. So your background somewhat overlaps with some of her connections, but you are able to deduce that the Church of Lathander in this town ain't all that it seems.
Mm-hmm. I kind of guessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're talking heavy-duty sellouts. Lathander only in name and brand. These guys and girls working for this temple may or may not, be friendly with fiends and devils and all of that noise. They explain to you, not a spellcaster, that nowadays it's easy to fake because people are realizing that divine magic can come from many sources. And so the gods are sort of losing their hold a bit. And in doing so, like, you're running into more and more situations where people claim to be one particular religion but are actually another. They're sort of makes it easier for cults and bad people to essentially slip under the radar. Yeah, it kind of, this is all way above your pay grade, I guess, but some of the toughs that you're talking to start kind of going on about, like, is the age of the gods over? Is it the age of wizardry? Will they rise again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Where's the blue collar fighter rogue going to be in a world where the wizrobes get to take over again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So it kind of goes in that general direction. Okay. All right, Thogrum, what kind of info gathering are you doing, or are you taking care of Fireforge Industries stuff instead?
It's going to be a little bit of both. So I'd like to figure out where the majority of her guards / those the personnel in that Temple of Lathander or whatever, where they frequent the most, what bar they frequent the most.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see.
And if I can do that, then I have another play I'd like to continue on with.
Yeah, they like to frequent location 29, the Lizard's Gizzard.
So I'm gonna go to the Lizard's Gizzard with anyone that will join me, and I want to offer the bartender a large quantity of Fireforge Reserve that I can make for him for free in exchange for him to give any of those guards / personnel exorbitant amounts for dirt cheap.
Okay.
From one phase to another. Wink.
Ideally, I'd like to try to have them get so smashed that they are unable to guard properly in the next day or so.
Okay. So the guy kind of eyes you, and he's like, I'm gonna check for morality here. This would definitely be on your end. It would be a persuasion, I'm thinking, but you can do it with advantage because you have a pretty good setup, and your brew is already gaining reputation.
It's exceptionally good, mate. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Okay, let's see what that persuasion is. The persuasion, I mean, a dwarf is a dwarf sometimes. You kind of laid in there. Oh, what's the question?
I was gonna say maybe it's a little late for guidance, but
yeah. As you're kind of, like laying out this arrangement to him, it's very practical. It's very matter of fact. It's not very veiled. The guy kind of like takes in your full measure, and he looks over at the rowdy boys and girls that frequent his tavern all the time, and he says, yeah, I mean, a big pile of dragons and an extra barrel for my private reserves, and I could make sure that they are well and truly swimming in alcohol.
How's about I'm gonna put I have 50 gold.
Okay.
I'll put 50 gold on the table, and then I'll tell him I'd make however much materials you can give me, and you can keep whatever you like.
Then we have an accord. We have an accord. It'll be nice to take those stuffy paladins and quote-unquote clerics down a notch. Yeah, all right, I'm in. And he motions to a different employee to kind of take over his duties, and he kind of leads you down to the cellar so you can kind of set up shop.
Okay.
All right. Illyria, what sort of information are you gathering? How are you planning to gather it?
I will go buy a basket of muffins and
okay.
Poison them.
Shopkeeper. No.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
And I want to see if he has any information on what types of little minions that a succubus uses. Like, what should we be expecting to run into if we were to go into a lair? Or...
Okay, yeah. You have access to the library. Based on the gift basket you sent him and bringing him muffins, he allows you to use, the research area for no charge. And you could go ahead and, in this instance, you could do an investigation or a knowledge religion, and you will have advantage to the check as you try to figure out what they might be hanging out with. Okay. Man. So, succubi, they used to think that they were Tanari, which is to say, the most common species of demon. But that's not the case, apparently. It's one of those things like, the T-Rex had feathers, did it? I don't know. Yes? A little? A lot? We're not sure. So yeah, originally scholars thought that the succubi were a type of Tanari, which is to say a chaotic evil type of demon. But now they're really classified as sort of their own unique species. They are more neutral in their evil. They are not swayed by the the devils and the demons and their eternal war through the hells and all that kind of stuff. Instead, they sort of profiteer off of it, working as spies and collectors and sellers and brokers of souls. That's sort of their niche. Some of them work as spies, assassins, all that good stuff. A lot of the abilities that they have that they use against mortals can also be leveraged against fiends. So they kind of find work wherever they can. They do have their own city located in one of the many different hells out there, where it is said that they originate from and sort of spread out through the multiverse. Who do they like to employ? They like to employ anyone who will get the job done. As far as mortals go, almost every mortal they have, they basically like seduce and corrupt and control. So all the mortal staff that they have are generally, after a certain amount of time, blindly loyal to their employer. So they do like mortals for that reason. That being said, if you had access to otherworldly mercenaries and you could afford them, you would certainly hire them. So they often go with Yugoloths. Yugoloths are a type of fiend that are basically a race of fiendish mercenaries. They come in a variety of forms. Usually they have some sort of animal base, and they are quite powerful. They have different resistances than normal demons. Usually they have access to let's see. They have magic resistance. Usually they are resistant to non-magical attacks. Almost always Yugoloths are resistant to cold, fire, and lightning, and immune to acid and poison.
Oh.
In addition to that, they would never shy away from hiring or enslaving devils, because devils are lawful creatures, and therefore they make excellent minions. You don't have to worry about them breaking loose and wrecking havoc and carnage on the countryside like you would with demons. If they did employ demons, the demons would be used essentially as shock troops or creatures that would be dispersed to cause fear and chaos and terror. The most likely candidate, if they are hiring devils, would probably be the lower end of the pay scale. So probably bearded devils or spiny devils. Spiny devils are like little flying gargoyles that can shoot porcupine quills out of their body. And bearded devils are basically like Roman legionnaires from hell who have razor beards. All of the things I've mentioned are resistant to magic, and all devils can see perfectly even in magical darkness. So if there are devils involved, the dungeon is probably not very well lit. All right.
Thank you.
Tari, information gathering. What's the plan?
I think I'll go back to the bar where I played, and maybe just play like a song for the mood and see if I notice any like kind of change in energy. The people since we've been gone, and then kind of hopefully get them in a more talkative mood, and then just ask how her staff is doing, if they've heard anything about the butler and his condition, and just what her overall demeanor has been like, and why she left to go wherever she went to go to those places.
Okay. I would say bard, going to a tavern. You could probably sub out performance, especially with glam bard, and assume that you charmed a few basic bees along the way. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, no sweat. People are eager to tell you everything after your performance, because pop star. So they they dish on the fact that she often goes on goodwill tours of the countryside where she attends to the sick, the needy, and the poor. She basically helps local landowners with disputes they might have with their tenants and vassals. She hands out supplies and wealth as needed to kind of redistribute taxes manually to areas in her kingdom that she feels, or her duchy, I guess, that she feels need more attention than others. So yeah, it's not very unusual at all for her to do this. And then she has had time to sort of rest after her big fancy party, but she is never a woman to sit at home restless. She is always out and about, despite her advanced years.
And how's the butler?
Yeah. So the butler, who runs her estate, he hasn't really been seen out and about town. Mostly, he has lesser servants who travel about to run errands and things like that. I mean, his job is to maintain the household. So,
but he appears to have recovered from his heart attack.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. So,
okay.
I mean, he's a trooper. So, but it was a wild night. When you do bring that up, the number one thing that keeps coming up is that a dinosaur shit on the floor. That's the biggest highlight of the whole party. The second biggest highlight of the whole party was the alcohol they were serving was unique. No one had ever had it before. They don't know where she got it. People are claiming to have a distributor. So that's also a top buzz thing. And the third one is the most scandalous. It is rumored that Lady Daggerford had a wild orgy after the party, and that during that orgy, Lord Blacktalon, that is the newest Lord Blacktalon, who was supposed to replace the last one, just straight up died.
Why?
Yeah. And based on what rumors are saying is that he was either poisoned by an assassin from Saltmarsh, or he just had a heart attack from the furious lovemaking. Like, everyone's on the fence about it. But those are the top three things that people talk about in relation to the party. So
everyone that I talk to, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my friend Togrum. He's great. He makes the best whiskey, whatever it is. I'll just be giving him like props everywhere. Like, oh yeah, so great.
Celebrity endorsement. Yeah, that's good.
Sell the brand.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Pharaohs, what information are you trying to gather, if any, and how are you trying to gather it?
So, I mean, I guess, like, make my way to, I guess, wherever the, like, nobles hang out, or the old chatter, like, where they
Sure, yeah.
Chat. And I'll just ask, like, about, I mean, most of everything else has been covered, so it's, I guess if anyone knows any, like, secrets that are about, I guess, the manor itself.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me an investigation. You are brunching with nobles. It's more like tea at this point because it is, afternoon time. But yeah, you kind of tap into your noble contacts and try to, they kind of look at you and kind of like raise an eyebrow, and a lot of them are like, I say, Blacktalon, didn't you go to Saltmarsh to solve your father's murder?
Yeah, didn't really pan out,
It didn't pan out. And now you're back here again?
Yeah, I guess I'm done now. I'm returning home.
Pardon if I'm overstepping, but your father, your uncle, are you not worried that you might be next?
Oh, all the time. But it's not going to stop me.
Interesting.
Like
so
people back, like the whole, like the Dragonborn need to be represented here.
I suppose that's why you're so concerned about possible entrances to the estate. You're planning to move back in with the Duchess, and you're worried that you're going to be the third Black Talon on the assassin's hit list.
Yeah, I need to start patching up these possible ways to get in.
Ever since the original Duke was murdered by those adventurers who snuck in through the sewers, they've walled all that up, from what I understand. I mean, the hill is defensible and beautiful, but it is built on a floodplain, so they had to install a very complex cistern system, full of drainage and whatnot. But all that ended up doing was just creating a hive for monsters and trolls. Constantly had to be cleared out. The Duke, he thought it would be wise to have a secret exit. Boy, did that not work out for him. Those adventurers came right up the secret exit and murdered him.
Secret exit's still there?
From what I understand, it's been walled up.
Oh, okay.
It's not a place for you to go, though. It's full of nasty creatures. They have to hire adventurers every few months to go and clear them out.
Alright. Well, I might as well. I have a new adventuring group. I'll see if they could do it. They seem pretty cheap.
Well, I mean, it's never bad to clear out the local sewers. That's one of the things about living on the Sword Coast, I suppose. If you've got a dark, wet place, it's gonna have a monster in it within a week.
Yeah, seems like it.
You haven't even touched your scone.
Right.
I suppose thinking about being murdered must weigh heavily on your mind.
Yeah, among other things. You know, I've been carrying around. I adopted a kid with another. It's been a good hobby of mine. You know, keep my mind off this.
Your child is your hobby. How quaint.
You know, it's something on the back end. You know, like a little pet project.
Again, you guys talk about children like they're show ponies and enjoy your scones and your tea. All right, you guys all meet back up to share the information that you have gathered. Based on all of this information, what is your plan?
You going through the secret entrance, right?
I have never seen well, I think I have seen a pre-dungeon described as a pre-dungeon before. But yeah, like the sewers would definitely be a pre-dungeon, but so would going through the house to find the dungeon. So there'd be two different flavors of pre-dungeon.
The original idea was to go inside and then teleport myself downstairs, but
yeah, but then
I think we should be together. I think we should go in together.
Yeah.
Right. I could teleport. How many people can
I don't want you to die, Pharaohs.
Oh.
No. I think talking about Thunderstep. That's really loud.
No.
Also.
No. Dimension door. But
one person.
Spell slot.
But yeah, I don't want Pharaohs to die. Right. So I think we should be.
I think we should.
Enough.
Yes. Save the. Dimension.
I don't want you guys to miss out on an iconic dungeon, the Sewers of Daggerford, featured in several different video games.
Really?
Ooh. Yeah, here I'll throw a screenshot over real quick. Hold on.
So does the secret entrance go straight into the dungeon?
I guess so.
Possibly.
I think you get to the secret entrance to the keep from the sewers, which is filled with creatures.
So I can take stone shape, but I can only do it once.
That's fine.
So
we just get,
well, he mentioned a wall, like a big wall. So I was thinking since they said he walled it up, I think we could use that to get through it.
Yep.
I mean, you're a big, strong dragon. Why don't you knock down a cinder block or two?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we can shape some stone, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm just like all I'm picturing is a big wall. Like my brain doesn't.
Okay, well, I mean, like you have a.
I mean, yeah, we could get through a wall. Like breaking into Alcatraz.
Didn't Luck get into the house fairly easily?
Oh yeah, we should ask Luck. What do you know?
Hey, Luck.
You already stuck in there.
Yeah, I like that, Lyria. What do we know about what could Luck tell us, Crash?
All right, so here's how it works. There's 3 different ways that you could get into the basement of this house. You could go through the sewers, as was already pointed out. You could just go right in the front door of the house and walk down some stairs and go to the basement. That's the second one. And I do believe there's a secret entrance in the garden past the reflecting pool in the gazebo.
Ooh, can we do the gazebo?
Here's the thing. The sewers are going to have your classic loadout of sewer monsters. So slimes, ootlooks, all that crap. Probably some dire crocodiles. Who knows for sure? Trolls definitely going to be there. If you try to go through the house, you're going to have to be pretty slick to sneak this many people past the staff without them asking questions. Now, Tall, Dark, and Handsome here, he might try to convince them that, oh yeah, these are my friends or whatever, and I want to show them the basement. And sure, that might work, but that might also tip them off that, hey, you guys were there in the first place. You see the problem there?
Yeah. Illyria, what do you think?
What about the gazebo?
Well, the gazebo's a gamble. I think the gazebo is actually built above a crypt.
I feel like the ranger is useful here. I could be wrong. I said I don't want to put you on the spot. Trying to do it on
the only thing I'm worried about the sewers is that we're going to use a lot of our resources when we're going to go against a powerful gang.
Well, wait. My understanding was the powerful being isn't in town. Do you think she's like scamming us? Do you think she sent like a lookalike out on a tour and she's actually just waiting for us to show up and spring a trap on us?
Can I is the reaching out to Warlock patrons, that go both ways?
I mean, it's like having the Hexblade's kind of like having a cell phone, but like, whether she wants to answer, I guess, is her business.
Oh, so it's not like a cell reception thing, or?
Well, I mean, you could pull out your sword like Lion-O style, Thundercats ho kind of deal, and try to see if she's listening. I mean, it's up to you, but you can't use it to scry on her. No, that'd be crazy. Like, why would you ever give out something like that to somebody? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, kid, you could peek on me when I'm in the shower. Here you go. Yeah.
She can peek on me when I'm in the shower.
She can and does. Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I could take out the like go meditate with like the Hexblade for a moment and be like and say like hey, I heard you weren't in town. Is everything okay?
Is that what you'd like to do?
I think so. I think that is that a bad idea, everybody?
I don't know. It kind of seems like it's tipping her off. Like,
hold on.
Hey, Mom and Dad, when are you coming home? Are you coming home at 11 still, or?
Illyria, you have perfectly summed up the exact situation.
Hey,
yeah,
this isn't too bright.
I don't.
Tari, what do you? Tari, what do you want to do?
You, but I don't want you to.
Okay.
I feel like we have kind of a little element of surprise, unless it's a trap, like Luck mentioned. But
yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like Tari's the one that has the most to lose from all this. So, like, what do you say, Tari? Ancient tomb that probably leads to the underground area. Direct route through the house that is going to be hard to keep them from knowing we're there, or classic sewers.
I think I'd vote for the classic sewers.
All
It just there's a lot of things that are resistant to magic, and so it seems like there would be the least things that would sort of use the same resources we might, like the least sort of monster overlap for what we want to fight when we get in there.
Wait,
exactly, and a sewer is like that's like our chosen terrain.
Giddy up, beautiful dragon. We will.
Oozes use acid, and me and my kobolds, we're immune to acid. Okay, I'm immune to acid. They're kind of immune to acid.
Can I just order the butlers like away for the day? Like, hey guy, take the day off.
Oh, yeah, probably that would be good.
So I want to tell everybody about what I did. That hopefully some of them may be too drunk to show up to work.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that may actually make going through the house a little easier. Just my 2 cents, and then we could always subdue the people inside.
But she has those like things that spy on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does have imps. She has imps working for her.
Can't Ferris see them?
Imps are real cheap nowadays. Like Prime Water's got a couple working at his house.
Ooh. Then I didn't see them.
You did see them.
Yeah,
No, the ones in the kitchen.
in the
Oh, the
kitchen.
ones in the
They
kitchen.
were
Remember?
disguised.
Okay.
They were pissed at you. They're spying.
Oh right, yeah.
I think we asked this
Spying.
before.
I
I
see.
don't know if you could see an invisible creature with detect magic.
You cannot, because that would make invisible not so great.
Yeah, why would
Yeah. Right. You can, I think it was like, you could detect like the aura of illusion magic or something, but I don't know. The whole detect magic busting illusions automatically, it means like an entire school of magic is unmade by one first level spell. So it's kind of...
Yeah, illusion magic is all about like tricking like the other source of magic.
I feel like illusion magic, when it's not active, would key off, and then the after glow essentially would key off. But I think part of illusion magic should be, you know, I don't want an entire school of magic to be disabled by a first level spell, basically.
Right.
So
there's that aura spell that you can't tell.
Nistil's aura, right, is an illusion spell that tricks detect magic. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, it sounds like you've got 3 different paths to choose from, but you have a week to decide. So, crypts, walking straight through the house. How hard could that be? And then classic sewers.
I think sewers, but let's we can discuss.
Yeah, we will go with true democracy. We will pretend that it's still civilized age, and true democracy is the thing. So.
No.
I'm glad we still have this, though. You know?
Too. I
busted my ass this week making like tutorial videos for Roll20 because I feel bad for all these groups that are not able to play, and I wanted them to be able to try to learn Roll20 as easily as possible. Even though there's already video series, I don't know. Like, sometimes people can't stand the voice of the person who do tutorials, or they just want like a different perspective, but I don't know. On that note, if any of you guys want to learn Roll20 DMing stuff, there's like 14 videos. I think the longest one's 30 minutes and the shortest one's like 6 minutes. So it's you could like knock it out in like an afternoon, basically. But it's how it explains how I do things in Roll20, which is different, I guess, than a normal tutorial. So like linked tokens and like dynamic lighting and stuff like that it's all kind of covered in there. So
where are those videos?
I think
they're on my YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, I have my homework for tomorrow.
Yeah. So, and if you are watching them and you do have questions, if you make the questions in the comments, I can answer them in the comments. And then if other people watching the videos have the same questions, they can just check the comments for answers, kind of deal. So
yeah, I like it.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't I don't have any announcements, I don't think. If you're bored because life is different now, our gaming schedule is Mondays is Odyssey. So if you don't plan to play Odyssey and you want to watch other people play Odyssey, it's a really good group. And they've done some pretty cool stuff so far. They're only like 11 sessions in to the very, very big campaign. So it's not too hard to kind of pick up what's going on and catch up with that. Starting the 31st, I'm going to be a player in a group on Tuesdays. So if you would like to see what a terrible player I am, and some people in this group can attest that I am the worst player, you could watch me be the worst player ever on Tuesdays. I believe 2 people from this group are going to be in that group as well. So that's Acquisitions Incorporated. So it's basically like spoofing on D&D. It's like a goof campaign with a lot of inside jokes and breaking the third wall and that kind of thing. Nothing's going on Wednesdays, but since I'm quarantined in my house, I guess things could happen on Wednesday. So maybe I'll move one-shots from Tuesdays to Wednesdays. I would like to get the Equestria game going in April. And I'd like to do, well, obviously we're going to do more Hero Quest, but I did have this really awesome idea for an Animal Crossing Doom crossover. And I 100% am planning to run that. So it's going to be 5 people, 4-hour session. It'll run like 8 to 12 probably Eastern time. So I'll post more stuff about that when it's finally ready to go. I don't know. Thursdays, I can't. I don't know if I'd recommend watching Thursday. Thursday is a pretty raunchy game. But if you're into raunchy pirates, Skull and Shackles on Thursday, Storm King's Thunder's on Friday. It's a bunch of murder hobos trying their best to not save the North from giants.
Yeah, everything but.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and that is, yeah. And then you can't watch Sunday mornings because you'll get spoilers.
Oh.
So,
yeah, I saw the thumbnail on Twitch and I got scared.
Okay, so listen to this crazy parallel dimension shit. So your Pharos was supposed to join the AM group, but like shit came up in his life and he couldn't join. So I ended up filling his spot with the next person that was on the wait list. Well, then his shit wasn't like in chaos and he could play, and that was right after Captain Scarf ran off on his own to commit suicide via Sahaugen. And I was like, well, you could join my evening group. And he's just like, sure. But here's the problem is I had already spawned Pharos Black Talon into the Sun group as a person they had to rescue from cultists. So you guys rescued him from Sahaugen. They rescued him from cultists. I thought he was going to play in that campaign, so I like played his character for the first session, and then he didn't show up, and then I was like, I guess he's just an NPC in Saltmarsh now. And now their current plot line revolves around the NPC Pharos. So yeah, it's like it's really bizarre, yeah.
But which one's the real run? He got split into the dimensions.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if we're down like a player, I'll ask this Pharos to guest star as that Pharos. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
That'd be kind of trippy. So, anyways, if any of you guys do want to run a game online and you would like to use our Discord to do so, just let me know and I can set you up like a channel on the Discord so that you could take advantage of the groovy bots and the better than normal sound connection because we have a boosted server and all that kind of stuff. I can't, even in my tutorial video, I just tell people to use Discord because the sound stuff for Roll20 is garbage. Yeah, it's not a very winning endorsement for Roll20, but so yeah, just let me know if you need access to those tools. And if you are looking to DM, remember, you have access through my legendary account. You have access to every single printed thing ever through D&D Beyond. We have everything unlocked on D&D Beyond. If you don't know how to access that stuff still, hit me up. But basically, you just go and you claim a Crashgem character sheet from the linked campaign, and then once you do that, you'll have access to everything. So, yeah. And if you know anybody that would benefit from that, D&D Beyond gave me 12 more seats, essentially. So if you know anyone that would benefit from having unlimited access to D&D Beyond, let me know, and I can get them hooked up with something. So, all right. And that's all I got.
Thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
Yeah. Enjoy the upcoming week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys around Discord, I guess. So.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you too. Yeah. Stay safe.
Later.
Bye-bye.